Initiating System 1. System 1 loaded. Initiating System 1. System 1 loaded. Initiate.
The GoreCast is brought to you by American Horrors, the greatest uncut horror channel in the world. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all horror. As well as the Station of Decapitation Without Your Head.
America's longest running horror channel, www.withoutyourhead.com.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
What's up, GoreCasters? Johnny Deadly here. Oh, we got a trailer already playing. Whoopsies. Johnny Deadly and all the other GoreCast fucking horror miscreants back. Giz is a little bit bummed out because I just explained to him that racially he's been getting screwed out of fucking money for the last 30, nearly 40 years.
I want to know where the hell we're supposed to get this crock of gold that apparently we dance around.
Well, were you dancing around the rainbow?
Why the hell would I go anywhere near that rainbow, that fucking Care Bear fart shite?
Right, well then that would explain why you haven't got in on the crock of gold stuff. It's not unlike the Patreon conversation I had with you. If you're not dancing around the rainbow, you're not getting any of the fucking gold coins.
You got to weed through the Care Bears to get to the fucking gold.
Fuck the Care Bears. They're at the top of the fucking rainbow. The gold's at the bottom. Everyone knows that. Jesus Christ. Speaking of things that are historically and factually accurate, we are back and we got loads of movies here tonight. One of them being, speaking of things that are historically and factually accurate, Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter. Very famous, very fun movie, chronicling the life of America's first president, Abraham Lincoln, and his strife to rid the world of slavery, his ability to look for truth, justice, and the American way, and also murder a fuck ton of vampires.
With his best friend, Anthony Mackie.
Yeah.
He was in the Civil War, too.
He was, yes.
He was in both of them.
Man.
He was in both of them.
Both of what?
Civil Wars.
That one I got. That's sad.
Oh, nope. It took me a second.
Sorry, I just didn't hear what he said.
He said he was in both Civil Wars. The real
I was sitting there like
Captain America in the chat. Hello, people. How are we?
Hi, Bree. Hi, Kat.
We have Bill as well
Hi,
in
Bill.
the chat, except it blocked his comment.
Of course it did. It's
yes, that's what he did. We blocked the comment. These are the things that we do. Yeah, we also have a new movie from James Cullen Bressack. I think also produced or directed by Zack Ward as well, but he's definitely in it. I can't remember if he's on the production side of things as well. Called Survive the Game. It's got Bruce Willis, and he's impervious to stomach wounds. Actually, no, that's apparently a lie. He's not impervious to stomach wounds. He gets stomach wounds really well, but he's just really good at dealing with them. And
Giz,
also,
did you join the Blue Man Group?
Did I join the Blue Man Group?
Giz.
Yeah.
Reading the chats.
Yes.
No.
Brian Murphy asked if you joined the group.
No, this is just my avatar.
Oh. Okay. I was just answering the chats. Someone asked in the chats.
That's two really good jokes that have just gone clean over the two of your heads by him.
I'm on fire tonight, lads.
Yeah. There was the World War II bit with Poland that went clean over their heads, and there was the joke between the fact that avatars on people's computer screens that they use as images are called avatars, but also avatars from the movie Avatar are ridiculously blue, which is the linking.
Dances with Smurfs.
Yeah. Wait, was that even a joke? Did you just make a comment and I added a whole other layer of humor there that turned it into a joke? I'm taking credit for that joke. Fuck you. Okay.
No. Smeg off. That is exactly what my verbal foreplay was about.
Was it?
Yes.
Okay. Right. Okay. How's everyone in the chat doing today? Morning. How are you, Murphy? How are you? Welcome to the Chiznits. How's everybody getting on today on this fine Thursday? Giz was in that video from Eiffel 65 and Blue Dabba Dee.
Abba-dee, babba-da, dabba-dee, dabba-da.
Finish the line.
Don't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I'm blue.
No.
Dabba-dee,
There's a bigger
dabba-da.
die at the end of it. The dabba dee dabba die.
I'm sorry.
Blue dabba dee dabba da. You're going to do it.
Sorry,
do it
I
properly.
didn't. You know what?
Okay then.
Breaking news: Brock Lesnar will be at December 10th SmackDown in LA. I don't know why it's breaking news, but my phone tells me it's breaking news. Like I fucking care. Sorry. You and WWE are like that
WWE boyfriend and girlfriend that have a really bad breakup and they can't just get along.
No, we just...
Is the fact that you have freedom and you're like able to do your own thing now not good enough for you? That is good enough for me, but I also need to ruin that bitch's life.
Yeah. They wronged me. They wronged me in so many ways.
Just going to say hello to Joseph Loop, who has joined us.
What up, Joseph?
Hello.
How are you?
Cheers. I'm drinking raspberry.
Sao mang. Bang.
Oh, what's the third movie we're doing?
VHS 94. It came out on Shudder. It's a VHS movie.
And it sucks.
You know what? Sure, we'll just turn the trailer on there in the background because we can start getting into that because that was actually the one we were going to do first anyway. So, came out on Shudder just around the start of September. Direct to Shudder, not like it had a cinema release or anything. High as balls. Yes, yeah. That is where I'm at right now. It's got your typical VHS layout. We have a freaky deaky, full of twists, overlying story that ties all of these mysterious, horrorful video segments of pain and misery together with a tedious inevitability to round off the end of the movie.
Oh.
Yep.
I'm glad to hear your mom is kicking cancer's ass. Cancer can go fuck itself as far as I'm concerned, Joseph.
Fuck right.
Can we actually, do you know what? We're going to get a GoreCast round of applause for Joseph's mom. Well done, Joseph's mom.
That's fucking awesome, man.
Quick question: Am I the only one that found this film in any way enjoyable?
Yes.
No, dude, I enjoyed. I enjoyed.
I would say. I could easily say I enjoyed at least, what is it, 5 movies? Well, technically it's 4 shorts in the overlying movie, isn't it?
Yeah, so 5 total.
Yeah, so I would say I could definitely say that I definitely probably enjoyed 45
Just remember
50% of the movie.
Just remember that fucking info commercial is considered one of them. The Masher.
So then that would be 5.
Wait.
Yeah.
Sorry. The infomercial isn't part of Ratma?
No, it's...
No, because I think I noticed it had its own credit.
It's listed...
It's a satirical thing.
It's listed as the Masher commercial.
Also, there's a little bit... You know the way at the end of a film, the way that has the copyright warning? Well, if you notice, and it was just, I caught it by pure fluke, this has the copyright warning, and the very last bit is, or we will unleash Ratma. All hail Ratma.
Oh, I missed that. Okay, that's kind of funny.
Sorry, hang on.
I swear, dude.
Strangely enough, I literally only watched this before I came on, because not really in credit to the movie.
Now.
not really in credit to the movie. This was my third watching of it because my brain would not retain anything from that movie. Bar the really cool Japanese short, which I fucking love.
See, no, I mean, I retained it.
Indonesian.
Indonesian, sorry. Were you gonna?
Carter, were you gonna? No, I thought Carter was gonna say something.
Yeah, I know. That's why I also stopped talking.
I'm sorry. All I said was it was just like, hey, I enjoyed it ish. I was just going back to what Giz was saying. It was like I didn't enjoy the whole thing, but
I'm gonna give it 30%.
I'll be honest, right? I put on this and I was initially thinking, especially because I'd heard like partial comments from Buzz and Johnny, I was initially thinking, okay, this is going to be a film that I'm going to have to slog through. And straight away, I'm spotting somebody that I know from stuff because Anna Hopkins is in that first short and she's in like Arrow, Flash, she's in Defiance, a load of other stuff. And
do you use that as a measuring stick for how good a movie is by it's got people that I know from other stuff in it?
No, but it instantaneously makes me pay more attention than I might otherwise have done because of the fact that, like I said, yourself and Buzz had kind of been like, oh, God. So I put it on. And yeah, the first one's kind of like, okay, this is what it is. They're all shitty, low-budget looking kind of stuff with the exception of the Indonesian one, which is basically
whoa. It's not just that, sorry. It's not that they're shitty, low budget kind of stuff. I don't think any of these are low budget. They all have a very high production value to them. They're designed specifically to look shitty.
Right.
Because it's all supposed to be shot on VHS footage, hence the name VHS 94.
Yes.
Yes.
I know.
Okay. Because I'm just saying low budget is not what I would call the bulk of those shorts.
My point is that you put on this film and you're supposed to be thinking this is all this shitty stuff. And I am going into it thinking this is going to be shit. And every time I think every one of these stories is going to be shit, I'm being pleasantly surprised by the fact that it's not actually shit. I don't think that I'm like, obviously I'm able to predict where a lot of the stuff is going. But once again, it's just...
But you see, that's my problem. I never said any of the movies were shit either. I just found them to be...
I felt the
run of the middle. Like I wasn't like... I was like everything had a very high production value to it. I mean, the only one
my
that I'd
biggest
say
problem was
the only one I'd say
I think
you could have actually cheaped out on any bit is the Ratman one.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Veggie Masher was a bonus short. So
yeah, because the Veggie Masher came in as part of the news thing. Because the woman got out of the fucking you see her have her little freak out in the sewer, and then the Veggie Masher comes on, and then it cuts back to her where she's now back in the studio,
right?
Several days later.
So you've got Storm Drain, the Subject, the Empty Wake, Terror, and then the overall, which is called Holy Hell, and then the bonus Veggie Masher.
I just think that they all had promise. At the end, I just was like, I don't know. I was disappointed at the end. Like I was like, okay. And then it's just like, okay. And I don't know if it's maybe because like you were saying, maybe it's the predictability because I kind of was the same way. I'm like, I kind of know where this is going. I kind of know this is going. Fucking hurry up and get there so I can get on to the next one is kind of where I was at.
I didn't know how someone else was going to... I suppose we can start kind of getting into the segments a little bit. So the first one was the Storm Drain, which is the woman that Giz mentioned. Her and her camera guy are in a storm drain, basically trying to cover this urban legend of a guy or whatever that's been roaming around the sewers of where they are called the Ratman. And they do a weird, creepy interview, which is a good way of kind of swerving you where you think it's going to be like, oh, okay, they're going to get fucking cornered down a storm drain by some psycho or whatever, because they do an interview with this kind of just a dude on the news with his AK looking for a rat man at 2:00 in the afternoon, as you do, you know.
To be fair, I did like how she was kind of like, you know what? Yeah, thank you for your service. We're done here. Let's go.
That's because he started pointing with the gun. It's kind of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what?
It's an AK-57.
There's the goddamn rat man over in that goddamn fucking his hole over there.
I've been doing a little bit of a circle dessert.
Yeah. So anyway,
Like, if we don't
she has her interviews. They've got some very nice, lovely establishing shots of the storm drain. She's ready to fucking hop in the van and go home. She rings her producer back at the studio, and he's kind of like, no, we need some shots like in the storm drain. Basically, they want the lady to wait around and shit. I feel probably because he just doesn't like her.
Yeah,
probably.
You know, that kind
well,
of thing.
the cameraman even kind of applies is like, you're just trying to get like higher up on the chain.
Yeah. So, so they end up going down the storm drain. They run into some crazy people down the storm drain. Some crazy shit happens, and they meet Ratma, not Ratman. Ratma, who's being worshipped by the crazy people in the storm drain. And Ratma has an ability to gob xenomorph-like acidic spittle on people and melt your fucking face off. And I'm not talking in a cool guitar solo kind of way. I'm talking literally.
Or take control of them.
Or what?
Willy.
Or take control of them.
Or take control of them. I was going to get into that. Sometimes when I pause for people to say the things that they're going to say, it's because I'm like, okay, people are going to talk over the next bit. I'll just wait for them to say their bit and then continue on with my day. Anyway, I want to say Gail because I have like scary movie in my head, but that's not her name. Sorry. The news lady's camera guy gets his face melted off by Ratma and his magical spit. Then news lady also gets gobbed on by Ratma, and you're kind of like, she doesn't seem to be melting her face off as much as I thought, because like it's definitely on her, but there's more just screaming.
And she is freaking out. Like
she's freaking out, but we can very much see that her face
like,
is still attached to what it's supposed to be attached to.
I'm sure if I was in that circumstance, I'd be freaking out that way too. So.
Okay. Just to clarify, don't have an issue with the freak out that she had. I think it's perfectly justifiable. What I'm trying to say is that one guy freaked out and his face fell off, and another lady got covered in some black goop and her face didn't fall off. Is what I'm trying to say.
Super freaked out.
Yes.
Super
and it was around that point that I knew somebody else was probably going to get some fucking acid goop in their face, probably from this lady, is what I had established. Or some sort of evil rat baby was going to bust out of her.
Right.
It was going either way. And I was quite happy with the way, as I said, I quite enjoyed this, but it's just kind of like the overall story of it. It was just kind of like.
It reminded me
this was probably the one that had
Roddy,
the
what's
least,
up? Welcome to the chat, sir.
Obvious ending, because I seriously had no idea where the fuck they were going with it.
Right,
but,
like they could have gone so many different ways. I wasn't quite for sure.
This is what annoyed me about the movie, is that it looked like it could have gone 5 million different ways. Yeah, and then somehow they managed to pick what was probably the most generic ending that you could have found for that scenario, which was, the lady with the goop gets back and she doesn't seem like herself. And next thing you know, people's shit get melted off.
But you know what, though? I dug it because it kind of reminded me of that, what was that? Wolfen? It reminded me of the news reporter scene in Wolfen. Not Wolfen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where she's investigating possible werewolf attacks, and she's talking to that big dude who's suffering from the congenital disease where he's covered in hair.
I think that he's talking more about near the end, where she kind of gets bitten or scraped by one of those said wolves, and then while she's doing the news report at the end of the movie, she goes full wolf.
Yeah, but I'm just making sure that he knows that he is thinking of the right film.
Yeah, okay. Because for some reason it just didn't sound right when I was saying the name, but like I kind of liked it because it had that fun kind of like fucking 80s into it. I mean, probably the ending was probably like the best part of it to me, just because it made me think of like so many other different things. But you're right, though. It was kind of like the least, I don't know, imaginative, fun. Like it could have ended better.
Here's one. The girl traumatized from the scenario of watching her camera guy get his face literally melted off from a man rat hybrid thing. It doesn't even look like a rat is the thing. It's because there's a misconception as to where Ratman came from. They've heard Ratma and they're like, oh well, that's coming from inside the sewers. They obviously mean Ratman, and it's like no, they don't mean Ratman. They mean Ratma. Just to let you know.
I will say it looks kind of cool.
Yeah, but I mean, like hypothetically, that girl has some sort of weird kind of psychotic episode, mental breakdown over the whole endeavor. She gets put in a treatment facility. possibly for famous people because she's a famous news reporter, to try and help her come to terms with everything like that. And then she starts gobbing and doing stuff on people. And next thing you know, you have a little Ratma possessed psycho ward cult. And then they attack a camera guy or someone in the hospital, and then that all dies. I think that would have been less predictable. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
What was the next one? The next one was the
subject. Old boy with the bio robot.
This is my favorite.
Thing.
I adore this movie.
Cybernetic reanimator, basically.
I adore this movie so much. If you enjoyed, what was that movie? What was that action movie that was all first person?
Hardcore Henry.
Hardcore Henry.
There we go.
If you like the first person segments from Doom or the Hardcore Henry whole movie, hoo-wee, when this robot lady thing gets loose.
But you know what, though? I liked the fact that so much of it was first person, but then we got outside camera angles.
It's nice to have a bit of establishing stuff just so you could see what sort of freaky robot. Because the interesting thing about this is we open up on one of this doctor's experiments, which is a human spider head robot. Or should I say human head, spider body robot.
Yeah.
Think of the Spider Baby from Cradle of Fear, except if the spider section of Spider Baby was a robot.
Or a robotic version of the head monster in The Thing.
Sure.
Or for some of us, that creepy little baby head from Toy Story. They had one. It was pretty fucking creepy.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. It had one eye.
Yeah, so there's this doctor. He's kind of, if you've played Metal Gear Solid or any of those kind of that style of game, he's your atypical mad scientist.
He's the cyber version of Herbert West.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mad, like if they just give me a few minutes, I could solve so much shit.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's the best way of putting it. Yes. He likes hacking people up. He likes sticking robot bits in. And fingers crossed, it all works out well.
But if it doesn't, he's not really broken up about it. He's just on to the next experiment.
No, your miscellaneous meat.
That was a failure. Next one.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's
miscellaneous meat?
What's
I won't lie to you. I'm pretty sure he's feeding the failed experiments to the current living experiments.
I kind of wondered.
Maybe. But what's interesting is as we're setting up all this, we're seeing in the background news reports, and he's watching news reports about, the disappearances of the people that he's butchering, and the fact that the law is looking at him as a suspect, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 and we get a door blown in, and the Indonesian SWAT team basically has arrived on to deal with him.
Or should we say the Indonesian grenade chuckers, because their de facto move is chuck grenades.
They came in with like a force.
They tried to get an explanation out of the doctor. The doctor, needless to say, doesn't account for himself too well, and that goes badly. And then they see his one triumph, I suppose, because it's a very, very fully functioning experiment. That's like, okay, you all work in the, well, I'll put it this way: judging by the murder spree that follows, I'm going to say it works.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely works.
Oh, dude.
So the Indonesian grenade chucking SWAT team are kind of like, what are we gonna do here? And the general guy of them, or the head guy of them, is kind of like, we're going to kill that because that's like inhumane and an abomination towards humanity. And I feel like really pull the plug, take out the batteries, put it in a dark corner so it can't charge its cells in sunlight, whatever the fuck it is that you just power switch basically is what I'm saying, or just shoot it in the face. And robot lady has got a good comprehension of the conversation that's going on, and she's kind of like, fuck this for a tub of spin, I'm fucking out of here. And unaware of what a beast of a robot lady she is, she gets out of there, and by God, she does it in a timely fashion.
To be fair, she's helped by the fact that the mad scientist was a clever bastard and rigged the entire place to go boom if he in the event of his death. So you have explosions, and then you have the other successful construct waking up, and then it's proper butchery because blade fists.
One thing I like
was like a kill bot.
Because like her or its or whatever you want to call it is like first person is like it's a camera because that's her eyes pretty much. And I like how like when she's taking damage, you can see the battery starts to like the battery starts to lose as she's like getting hurt and stuff like that. So you can kind of tell like that kind of aspect.
Like Deadly called it, it's kind of like a Doom kind of first person. Like, you know, you're seeing everything up front. You're like, how much ammo do you have? Like, it's such a fun kind of.
It's a tear of a fight scene between her and just squads of
just a massacre.
Yeah.
And the effects were cool. It's a little bit of CGI.
We actually
but also,
skipped the
like,
movie because I think the wake, the empty wake is
well.
actually before. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, this is the way they had it here. It was like I was going off of their numbers.
Okay. Yeah, no, because I think it was the empty wake was next, but we'll move back on to the empty wake.
Yeah.
But the experiment, great fun. Just so you're keeping track so far.
And it had a happy ending.
And it had a happy ending. Yes.
I was totally like, woohoo!
The storm drain one, interesting, but I feel just kind of just took me places I was expecting it to take me. Best way I could put it.
Yeah.
Next up, we had one called the silent wake or the empty wake.
The empty wake.
Empty wake. Someone else take that away because I've essentially done the last two.
So this one's just pretty much. Oh no, go ahead, dude.
No. You do it. You got in first.
Right.
That's the way it goes.
All right, cool. I was gonna say he usually uses more words than I do. So, empty wake is about this poor chick.
If it's a short review, I'm sure Giz can fill it up for you. It'll be fine. Don't worry. Okay.
So, this one focuses on this poor chick who's starting her first job. Supposed to be kind of overseeing this wake that's going to be happening. Excuse me. And the guy's pretty simple. Like, you're just going to stand here. People come in. They're going to cry. They're going to say their sorrows, and they're going to leave. You lock the door. Call it a fucking day. But storms going on outside. Nobody's showing up for the wake. And, like, you see in a lot of movies where, like, when you're locked in a room with a dead body, you start hearing things, seeing things.
I was literally playing a video game based on that exact scenario last night.
Really?
Also, speaking of video game, I was playing last night. Welcome to the chat, Rochi.
Rochi.
It's called the mortician's assistant. It was like a playable demo. Yeah, I very jump scary. I didn't find it particularly scary myself, but the music and all of the sound effects and stuff they have going on is literally like an auditory overload at times. So that was
nice.
That was rattling me a little bit, but I could see how if I wasn't playing a 40-minute demo and I was playing it for a couple of hours, I could see how it would affect you after a certain amount of time. Yeah.
Okay. And so that's pretty much what this poor chick's doing. She's just sitting here and her brain's just kind of playing tricks on her. You know, nobody's showing up for the wake. So now, of course, she's like, well, what's going on? She's called her boss one too many times. And he's like, look, you call me one more fucking time, you're just fired. So now she's just having to suck it up and be here.
Yeah. Guess I'll just hang out with a dead body for the night. Perfect. Good times.
Right. And this one's actually kind of cool because she's supposed to be recording it. So we get that angle for the view. Yeah. She's just supposed to keep replacing the tapes. And that's our angle for this whole thing. Is her carrying the camera around. Unfortunately, you know, all the little things that she thought she heard was real. And the poor guy in the coffin comes back. And they make it very clear that it was like, oh, hey, it was a bad accident. We put him back together as best we could. So now she's kind of trying to fight off a blind zombie in the middle of a hurricane. Half blind. You know, in the middle of a hurricane where, you know, or a tornado where all this shit's going south. And she's in a room by herself with a zombie. I liked it, but I feel like my only problem was
I don't think it's a zombie.
Well, I mean, like, dude came back, so I just like dad came back.
Yeah, I'm just going by the head. If you go by the head injury, that would make him not a zombie.
That's what fucked me up too, though, because like he was missing like what half his brain.
I would say I would imagine he was possessed by something.
Yeah,
but
I'm inclined to go with that as well.
He what?
I'm inclined to go with the.
He turned her.
When did he turn her?
She's the one that walked out the window.
This is why I'm inclined to go with Johnny. I think it was a possession, and he didn't turn her. It jumped from him to her.
I thought we could still see him mumbling around.
No.
Okay.
No, he was laying down. He was
down.
Like.
Okay, so you think it's just a jump thing then?
Yeah, I would imagine because he needed a body with a functioning head to be able to get around and do his thing.
Because the whole you get a bit of the story of as to how he died, and you hear that he jumped off a train.
Right.
So the only thing I can think of there is that
it was like such a small segment. I couldn't quite catch all of it.
But if he's possessed, if he was possessed, that could have been him getting back control for a few minutes or something, and just
fuck it and take a nosedive. Okay, you know what? Like that makes a lot more sense because, like I said, I was more focused on but it's only got half a fucking brain. I liked it, but the thing was like, and I get it, like you have to build up. Like this was like that video game you're talking about. It's all the little suspense and sounds, but in the same sense as like it was just so slow. When it finally took off, I dug it, but it was just kind of like too many phone calls for her. Like I was getting kind of dragged through for a good ending.
The thing I found with that, and yet again, kind of leaning into the whole, I found a lot of these kind of underwhelmingly unsurprising, if you know what I mean, in relation to the way they go. And we're in a day and age now where not only has the haunted house or haunted room or haunted mansion movie / possessed thingamajig floating around a house kind of movie been done, but it's been done to fucking death. And outside of the cool reveal of the slight disadvantage that the body is at when it comes out of the coffin, it's nothing I haven't seen before. Do you know, we hear some creepy thuds. The coffin's moved and it hasn't supposed to have moved. You know, the camera's turned off.
Yeah. Out of all of them, this is the one that feels most like, I don't want to say Tales from the Crypt, but a lesser version of Tales from the Crypt kind of thing.
Well, see, and me and Buzz were talking, like, there was really no feeling of threat because she wasn't locked in a cubicle fighting for her life. She literally could have just walked out the front door, back door, whatever.
No, she couldn't have, though, because she walked out and the door was locked.
No, it's worse than that, though, because
there's a tornado.
And we actually hear tornado sirens going off. So if she leaves, she's walking into a storm.
Right. Okay.
But not only that, she physically couldn't leave anyway.
Just to clarify, she's not walking into a storm. She's walking into a fucking tornado. Slightly different. Yes. If it was a bit breezy and a bit wet outside, I'd probably be like, maybe we'll just leave the zombie.
I get that, but here in Missouri, we can hear a tornado siren and step out to see where it's coming down at. Like, just because you hear the siren doesn't mean you've got like a tornado at your front door.
This is like Irish people with a fire alarm. Giz is what I'm picking up.
Yeah,
it is.
Unfortunately,
we just kind of like,
nope, that's my phone.
Unfortunately, though, as this film shows, there actually was a tornado because the entire place gets fucking blasted.
It gets ripped. It gets ripped to shit.
But then again, like I said, though, she physically was chained in, though. I thought, wasn't it chained or the door locked? Where? Because she did try to leave eventually, but she could not because the door was locked.
That did happen.
I remember her like trying to get across the roof. Like it was just one of those like it couldn't see her. Like she could have done.
It was after the dude that actually came in, because there was the one person that actually did show up. He left, and then shit started happening. She tried to run out the door, and the door was locked, which I think that dude may have locked it on his way out.
Right, and the next movie, which just for speed's sake, because we're on this about 30 minutes, so just for speed's sake, I'll just lash through this. The next movie is kind of a religiously holy infused doodad, where there's this group of religious guys who are in to essentially defeat this monstrous demonic thing that's living on some farmland. They go into the farmland to fight the monstrous demonic thing. Celts breeze. The hillbillies weren't ready for the fucking monstrous demonic thing.
Hang on. Whoa, you skipped, you skipped the entire start. No, that's...
Okay. Do you remember I said for speed's sake, I'm trying to...
Yeah, but you cut off like 50% of the film. You just went straight to the end.
Okay. I cut off the boring bit at the start.
Dude, the fun part, because you're trying to figure out what the hell is going on. You have a bunch of extremists. They're planning an attack. They're on about some abomination weapon. You're trying to figure out what that is. They keep shooting a dude in the head who keeps coming back. It turns out they're siphoning his blood. They inject it into that bunny when someone points out, does this shit work? The bunny goes boom, because apparently it's vampire blood that reacts explosively in daylight. So their plan is to use a vampire as an exploding daylight bomb on a government building. Unfortunately, it goes shit side up because they get drunk. Then the vampire gets out, and then we have what you discussed.
Yeah.
He does not glitter in the sunlight this time,
No,
guys.
he doesn't.
No,
He's very
He
smart. He doesn't go
explodes.
in the fucking sunlight.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That motherfucker looks for like darkest room.
Yeah. The bunny bit's fun, but like
I thought it was a nice idea to have it actually being.
I thought I was like,
I like the idea of us, instead of making a bomb, we're going to use an exploding creature of fantasy. I do like that idea.
Right.
I thought that was
Like,
original.
that was kind of fun.
And there was a
I
lot of
also thought I was
during.
tripping because I was like, do they keep fucking killing the same guy? Do they keep like replaying the same thing over and over again? And then the ending happened. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Also,
So anyway-
because they're a bunch of mad fucking extremists, there's a lot of comedy in the segment.
Yeah, it's funny, except that when it gets to the kill scenes, or to the coup de grace of that whole movie, when you expect people are going to die, guess what? They die.
And unfortunately, when
It's just
see
kind of
the-
like,
the-
okay, we need to go
the-
slowly up this ladder into the attic and make sure that we don't affect the monster. I give it about 3,
And
2, 1.
Yep.
That guy's after getting ripped up into the attic inexplicably. Okie dokie. Oh no, whoa,
And
fuck. I'm after shit in the fucking bed now, and I have literally none of the composure that I had going on before. Goddamn, we all got to get up there, rush up that stairs. I don't give a goddamn fucking do-da. Everybody in there. It's okay. It doesn't matter how that man lifted the fucking thing up by its fucking face so easily. We've got goddamn AK-47s. They are the gun of God. That is how we sort these things out. We go in. Surprise, surprise. The AK-47s don't fucking do anything with the monster. And then he keeps a dude for dinner.
I guess like my
Yeah.
thing was like like this one was really self-explanatory once you see all the people like
Yeah, when there's no
trying to
plot,
be
it's really
serious, but, like,
self-explanatory.
not, but like, well, I mean like they're trying to be all serious and military, but they're not. And then I told
Exactly.
Buzz, I was like, they were like, "Hey, let's start drinking." Okay, I see where this is going.
The funny
Never
part
mind.
is,
When he
this-
opened
The
up-
minute they just decided to explode a rabbit to see if it worked the way they thought it did, I was kind of like, okay, we're not dealing with the most brain boxy bunch of fucking...
No.
well,
Right.
and the sad part is that's currently America right now.
America.
So that's what made me sad.
That's why I was in
I
stitches
watched
when
it
your
and
man
I was
opened
like-
up with the fucking.
I
That's
don't
why I was in
know all of
stitches
them.
when your man opened up with the fucking the
Oh.
saw and ended up ripping into his own guys. I was literally.
It's unfortunately
in
it's the
tears
enough of
laughing.
America that people fucking see because they're the ones that fucking get on the TVs because they're fucking idiots.
Wow.
I really wish there was an exploding vampire and just explode all the fucking morons. God damn.
You are just on a bitter pill today, aren't you? Ooh,
found the
WWE's
last
fault.
I found the lag.
I
Apparently-
thought it
I
was
was
because
so
you
scared
thought I was going to shit all over this movie, and I haven't really shit all over it. It's just been the same review for every segment, which has just been... It was fine. It was fine.
the sad thing
I
is,
love
like, to me, this turned out like VHS viral. There were a couple good segments, but it never really got great for me. I could always just find good bits in each thing.
I'll tell you what rightly fucked me off. And it's actually the thing that put me off the fucking movie completely. The overlying story that ties everything together can go fuck itself,
that.
as far as I'm fucking concerned.
Yeah.
We're
Dude,
we're
that was
invading this
fucking-
building. Okay, there's a load of people dead, and surprise, surprise, they're watching VHS tapes. Okay, now we're still moving this building. Move, move, move. Some guys have died. Okay, movie. Okay, now we still need to get further up the building. Don't ruin my shot. That's weird. She's a bit sassy for a SWAT lady, but anyway, we'll fucking ignore that for the moment. Move on. More people die. Oh, we're part of an international fucking, what was it? Fucking international
Snuff film.
movie ring, and you've been all fucking part of this elaborate snuff movie that I've been making. Fuck off. Fuck off.
Right.
Fuck off. Sorry, I don't like
Well-
it. Was just such a fucking stupid overlying story.
It really fucking was, dude. I mean, like, okay, sure, I guess I can find a reason for the cops to get there, but there were so many bodies, and it was like, was this VHS or was this them? Like, some dudes melted how did they? Okay, you know what? I don't even fucking care anymore.
Because if they're part of this international snuff ring, does that mean they control vampires? Is that what's going on? Because a vampire is part of that snuff ring. He's got a movie about snuffing people.
Because one of the actually was in that segment, so vampires are real.
Yeah.
Because at one point they go, "Weren't you a turncoat in that last segment, Steve?" Ha ha ha! And then they fucking caved Steve's head in.
I honestly think this was the rejects of all the other previous VHS films.
No, that was VHS viral. And I won't have anyone try and tell me otherwise.
Viral.
Damn straight. That one.
Look,
I will fight with you on that one.
I didn't fucking see it, so you don't have to fight me.
We'll put it out for you guys in the chat. Roddy has been Roddy said The Wake is his favorite one out of all of them. Little slow but great payoff. Yeah, I enjoyed once the guy came out of the box and I was like, he's only got a half a head. That was pretty cool. But I wasn't. He said it needed 3 to 5 cut off, basically. And the storm destroys the building. Yes, it does, yeah. And I loved that one too, which I'm assuming is the religious one. Excuse me. That we were speaking of.
I think some of these stories may have had a disadvantage that it was a part of the VHS movie where they had such a short span of time to get it all in there because it's 4 movies or 4 short stories. But because none of them I don't know.
I feel like they all did what they were supposed to do. They had a story. They started
me to death.
I'll be honest, because I went into this film with such low hopes, thanks to the two of you not liking it. I was pleasantly surprised by all of them.
Just to clarify, I didn't say I liked or disliked. I just said I found it a bit boring.
Yeah, but like your attitude towards yourself and Buzz's attitude towards it was literally get that one out of the way, which tells me everything I need to know about what you thought of it.
I didn't watch it as a get that one out of the way. I watched it as I liked the VHS movies bar viral.
No. When we were talking about the order of films that we were doing for the show.
You're totally right, Joseph. I was thinking that earlier myself, but I felt I might have been wrong. It wasn't Wolfen, it was The Howling you were speaking of.
Thank you, because that just didn't sound right. The Howling. There we go.
Oh, the film I described as Wolfen.
Okay, yeah. No, like I said, it didn't sound right, but I just couldn't remember the name of it. Fucking Howling.
Anyway, getting back to VHS 94, I enjoyed it. I thought it was better than it was going to be. I thought the last segment with all the lads and the vampire was fucking hilarious. I was in stitches watching it. I don't know. I don't know, man. I thought it was going to be.
I got spoiled by VHS. I got spoiled by VHS 1 and 2. I really dug those. Viral just seriously upset me, and so I was hoping this was going to be like the getting back on track, and it just did not get. It was better than Viral, but it just didn't really get back to that VHS 1 and 2 vibe.
What I found with this was, like, with VHS 1 and 2, I found, like, the shorts were 50-50, where, like, 1 or 2 of them were like, yeah, that's fine. You know, that's an okay short. And then 2 of them or 3 of them or whatever were fucking mind-blowing crazy, you know?
Right.
And this was just an entire VHS movie of, yeah, that's all right. It's a good short, like, you know. That was it. I just wanted to. Normally, I kind of come away with something like burnt into my brain from a VHS movie. It just by.
That's what I was thinking too. There's nothing that really stood out as that holy shit moment that you're like, that's gonna get people talking. It's just like okay.
I'll always remember in VHS 2, first person bike ride guy turns into a zombie, and you have him doing an entire murder spree as a zombie via a GoPro strapped to his chest or his head or whatever it was. And there was the cool Malaysian cult school thing. I think that's both VHS 2. And then the movie, the overall movie from VHS 1 with the girl and with the robbers and the tapes in the house and the dead body in front of that whole actual movie itself that tied everything together was fucking epic. And it also had the skateboarder fucking zombie battle as well. I think that was VHS 1, which was fucking brilliant because it's just a load of awesome skateboarding music and a bunch of punks.
Is that the one that had like the succubus chick or whatever? That was the first one, right?
Yeah, that was the first one.
That's the one I always remember.
Yeah,
from the first one.
And that actually got spun off to a full-length movie with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just it. Like I the first two I walked away and I remembered, and I was like, it's certain parts stuck with me. And this one, I've watched it twice now, and I'm like, both times was like, meh.
Yeah, today was my third watch. I'm going to say officially second watch because the first watch, my brain, I know I watched it, but if you had asked me to review it after I watched it the first time, I'd have been like, shit happened, and there was a really cool Japanese short. That would basically be my assessment of it. But it's fine. It's fine.
That fucking doctor one. That doctor one stuck with me.
That's kind of how I feel actually. Coherently watching it, shit happened, and there was a cool Japanese one.
Now I will say
that's my whatever.
Indonesian, I will say not Japanese.
I was just going off what he said.
I will say though,
I just de facto say Japanese for some reason. Sorry, Indonesian.
My fault.
I will say that I did Giz with his saying that whole copyright thing at the end because I completely missed it, and that's actually kind of funny.
I would have as well. It's just for what I was doing something else, and I just looked over, and just as I pressed stop, I was like, "Hang on." I just caught the copyright and did it at the very the usual. You will be subject to this and this and this, and we will unleash Ratma. All hail Ratma.
Before we move into the trailer, if I could ask everyone that's in the chat to pop on down and hit the like button, that'd be awesome because I always remind people too late in the stream. So I'm going to do it now. Hit the like button. That'll be good.
Now,
if all of you hit the like button on the video now, it'll probably get more people to come watch the video because that's how the YouTubes work.
Done.
Do it now.
So that'll be good. Right, we're going to. Actually, we'll chat for another second because I need to queue up the.
I kind of thought the rat thing from the first one is maybe follow up to the mutation that we watched not too long ago. I think it's the same creature.
No, I'm pretty sure it's completely
smaller.
Definitely not.
But
just let me have it.
Okay, sure. We blew it up and it
I said smaller.
Yeah, no, cool.
But the
thing, probably one of its offspring, actually.
The thing from the storm drain doesn't actually really look like a rat.
Well, neither did the other.
Like that was the whole misconception because you're expecting Ratman, and then it turns out that you're not looking for Ratman. We're looking for Ratma. Yet again, just to clarify, all hail Ratma.
Weird xenomorph with fur.
Okay, well, I just had to put that out there while you were doing what you had to do.
I appreciate that. Your distractions are welcome. Right,
drink my raspberry.
We're going to work out what our personal ratings for the movie are, and then we're going to be back where we're going to be talking about a new movie directed by GoreCast alum and starring some GoreCast alum called Survive the Game, directed by James Cullen Bressack, and has Zack Ward, who we love. Hashtag Zack Ward rules. Moving on, here's the trailer. We'll talk to you in a sec. Toodly pips.
Police, search warrant! Police, search warrant!
Do not touch anything.
Could be no one left alive in here.
Do I just press the button?
Press the red button.
Just press it.
I assume they're paying extra for this.
Yes.
This is a remarkable story.
Hello? Hello?
Holly?
Veggie Masher turns your vegetables into a tasty, mouth-watering paste.
We're live. I was trying to sing Tenacious D there, and Giz fucking cock blocked me. Is the only word that I can fucking use.
Hang on a minute.
I felt like he was
fucking
like,
started it. I said I wasn't going to sing because there was people in the house.
Blocked you.
He
blocked
fucking rock blocked me.
Buzz fucking started it. I was trying not to sing because I live in a house with other people and I don't want to wake them up.
Together.
You were both out of time.
We were like it was a duet.
He's
I
Kyle
was
and
the only one
MJD.
not singing it, so.
Yeah. Who was clocked of us with a tile? Oh, that hurt.
And the beast was done.
I can't go full Jack Black.
He said,
Nobody should go full Jack
angels.
Black.
And we said, nay.
Nay.
We are but men.
Well done, character. Well done.
I'm not gonna do the high notes at fucking 1 o'clock in the morning.
I'm drinking raspberry.
You want to hit them high notes, people? Patreon when we set it up for Christmas. I'll sing. I'll fucking sing
Christmas
you
songs.
to sleep. If you want Johnny Deadly or one of us to sing you to sleep as a GoreCast perk, let us know.
And if you want me to do some
Judging
ASR,
by Giz's face, I'm sure you
ASMR.
can understand. Maybe not the recommended choice out of the four of us. Carter also probably not one of the recommended. It's probably going to be me or Buzz for just safety's sake.
Definitely. I might be able to sing you into like a. Oh, so that's what it sounds like when you can't fucking sing. Wow, that's horrible. All right, cool.
But yeah, if you want a GoreCast member to sing you to sleep, let us know. We're down for that. Or you can have dinner with the GoreCast. We can arrange that as well. Dinner and a movie. We could do dinner and a movie on Patreon.
Soft kitty, little ball of fur.
All right, now you're making people scared.
Yeah, you got it. You got it wrong. You have to sing it from the start again.
Yeah.
Soft Dalek, happy Dalek,
No,
little
no,
ball
no,
of hate.
no. Look,
Angry
if you're going to
Dalek,
sing it,
vicious Dalek, exterminate.
That's not. Look,
I was
we all
going
know the
soft
rules
kitty
of that
with-
song. Is you either sing it or you don't sing it. Now just go back to the start, sing it again, and just so we can move on.
I did sing it.
No, you didn't. You either do it or you don't do it, and you were half-assed did it. So if I could get Soft Kitty, just one proper blast, please.
There is no Dalek version of Soft Kitty. It's Soft
Yes,
Kitty.
there is.
Soft Kitty. No.
Thank
There's
you,
a
Carter.
Dalek version.
Thank you.
There's only.
Not everything is hate, Giz.
Just sing the song.
I
You're the one
didn't
that
write
opened the
it.
door. You need to finish it. Anyone that's
Fine.
watched fucking Big Bang Theory here is well aware of
Yeah.
why I'm doing this.
No, you have to start over.
You have to start over.
Soft kitty, happy kitty, little ball of fur. Fluffy kitty, happy kitty, purr, purr, purr. At least I think that's how it's supposed to go.
It's not,
No,
but I'll
it's
take it.
not.
It's close enough. That's fine.
Close enough.
Fine.
I felt the effort was there, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm
I
not a
know the
live
words
Sheldon.
to Dalek.
I'm like a
I knew the
50%
words to
Sheldon.
the Dalek one.
It's
Yeah,
not a real
that's the problem.
song.
I'm not the one who wrote it, and if Sheldon knew about it, he would insist that that gets sung because he's a Doctor Who fan.
Yes, but he's also pedantically OCD, which means that
Yeah.
you trying to change any of the lyrics to the song that he has cherished since childhood would literally destroy and or cause him to have a mental
He may
breakdown.
blow up like the vampire
Wait,
that has
It fucked him up when
lights.
fucking Penny wanted to do that. What do they call it? A roundabout.
Oh yeah. Let's sing it in a round. Oh, it's a good episode. I'll start. Soft. And he just sits there and he's just like.
Well, that was when she was sick, and he was making.
Yeah,
she was making him
because
sing it to her.
she like broke her.
She
leg.
Sadly, I know that she
shoulder.
broke her arm. She fell in the shower,
Yeah.
and Sheldon drove her to the
Yeah.
hospital. And then she was
She's
high
on
off her
some
tits on
drugs.
painkillers, and she made him sing "Soft Kitty." And then she got really
he's
into it.
like,
She's like,
"You're
"Let's
like,
do it as a round.
well,
You go first." Soft
She's like
kitty."
drugged
I'm
up.
not
Is that
hearing you,
kind
Sheldon.
of sick?
Yep.
Oh, I kind of stopped watching the show after like the last couple of seasons, and I just found out a couple of days ago where they actually explained why he does the 3 knocks. I missed that episode.
Because he's got OCD.
No, it's actually not that. It's not that.
Dad was
Yeah, he
cheating.
walked in at his dad cheating on his mom. So,
like the
he said,
knock was like, what was it? Because that's what you do. You knock. And then the others was like to give everybody time to put their pants on.
I did not actually know that until I was watching some Watch Mojo countdown show randomly down my YouTube rabbit hole of stuff. And I was like, fuck, I missed that. And I'm like, I watched the show for like years until like the last 2 seasons.
I watched it religiously and I loved it until...
Same with me.
See, let me finish. This is going to be one of those things where assumption makes an ass out of you, not I. I got to like season 4 and someone released an episode of it with all of the canned laughter removed out of the episode. And I was like,
oh,
this isn't funny. And once I saw that it was, no, man, you would be surprised how many of the jokes that you laugh at are because you're queued up to laugh with the laugh track. I'm not saying all of it isn't funny, but it was just what I used to laugh for about 80% of an episode. I was now like, maybe a couple of times.
Oh, that's just a peek behind the curtain. I don't need that. All right.
And it was like one of those things, do you know, where once it's seen, it cannot be unseen. That's right. It was like my brain started auto-removing the laugh track. Oh. It's why I love Always Sunny in Philadelphia so much. No laugh track to that, and it's fucking gold.
I've never actually watched that.
You need to watch that. It's fucking lunacy.
Okay. Because I know it's been on for a dog's age.
I won't lie to you. There's times where I wonder, is the script based upon what do you think we can do to make Danny DeVito try and get out of his contract? honest to God, the stuff that he does in that show is ridiculous. And I've been like, it has to be like, we obviously won't make him do it if he says he wants out of his contract, but let's just see how far we can get him to go.
Wow,
plus,
all
there's
right.
the whole underlying serial killer one.
Oh, that's it, dude. That's not just one thing. That's a running plot thread for.
No, that's why I said underlying.
Until they go to their fucking prom, or their what you call it, where you school reunion. Until they go to their school reunion, yeah, because they get the piss taken out of them. And he goes out to his car and he opens up the boot of his car and he's like, I need my tools, and he opens up this little secret hatch in the trunk of the car, and all the lads are like, why the fuck do you have a secret hatch in the trunk of your car? It's where I keep my tools. What sort of tools do you need? Like, I mean, tire ironer can understand you got a hammer, you got like 8 knives. What the fuck is this all about? Look, don't interrupt me when I'm working. I need my tools. And he just fucks off. It's great. Dennis is a fucking lunatic serial killer. It's amazing.
All right, I'm gonna have to give that a fucking watch then.
Danny DeVito.
Because I dig him.
Danny DeVito, yo.
Also, just briefly going to say hello, Best RC.
What up, RC? Welcome to the chat. Right, good thing we still have the old VHS trailer going on because I got sidetracked by that. We didn't even vote on the movie. Right,
I'll
VHS,
give it a
94, new to Shudder. I would say go check it out if you have nothing else to do because it's not like a bad watch. It's just not a great watch.
Yeah.
I will give it a... Someone else go first. Give me a minute. I'm trying to mull.
I'll give it...
I'm going to give it a 3.
3. Yeah.
Same with me, 3. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to enjoy it, to be perfectly honest. And the vampire one and the Indonesian one, for me, were the 2 best ones.
And I mean, like, fun. Dude, I can legit throw this on again, late at night when I'm just trying to, like, fall out and still enjoy some of those spots.
Oh, I thought you meant if you needed something to put you to sleep, because it will definitely do that.
You need a happy pill.
I need a not bad movie pill.
Can I ask a question, Carter? Can I ask a question, Carter?
Yeah.
Would you customarily, and I'm not trying to sway your vote, it's just a mere question, but would you customarily give something a 3 out of 5, which is technically 6 out of 5, which is a 60% vote, for something that you needed to watch twice just to be able to absorb what happened in the movie?
Well, okay, in defense, though, the first time I threw it on, I was kind of multitasking.
Right, okay, that's fair enough.
I missed stuff.
Okay,
and
that's
so,
fair
like,
enough.
while I was watching it, I may have missed this dude walking into the room, stuff like that. And so the second time, it was like not doing anything but watch the movie.
I would probably give
Because
it.
I have a bad habit of multitasking a lot.
I'd probably go 3 myself, actually, and here's why. Though the storylines of a lot of them, I wasn't like mind blown away with. They were all pretty solid storylines. It was just nothing groundbreaking. But the production value, the production value in every one of those shorts is fantastically high.
And dude, the effects were good.
Yeah, not just the effects, but like the there's a lot of practical in there. I mean, that fucking half a head on the ground must be a pain in the ass to fucking do.
Right.
You know, I'd probably give it a 3. Yeah.
So
3.
3 3s and a 2.
3 3s and a 2. So that's 9, 11. Oh god, it's going to be a point thing.
2.5? No, that's not right.
I think it is 2.5.
Oh wow, really?
No,
Yeah.
wait, hang on. 3 is 11, so it's 4 into 11, which goes twice. Remainder 3, and then it's 4 into 31. Yeah, it's like a 2.6 something.
Yeah.
Say 2.6,
which is
because I'm trying to roll here and it's not going well. Yeah, so 2.6 is what it is. Who would have thought his 2 would have brought the average down so low?
Bill's
I know,
saying
right? Like, that kinda
2.75.
Huh?
Bill's saying 2.75.
It's rounded up. It's 2.75 rounded up to 3. Yeah, we don't do the roundup thing though for these because it's relatively
Except on a Tuesday when it's a news roundup.
But that does surprise me that it brings it down that low. So
yeah, well, you're going to have to talk to Archimedes or whoever the fuck invented maths. It's got nothing to do with me or Buzz. That's just the way the numbers roll.
Eureka?
I'm not arguing. I don't do the math.
Eureka's Castle.
He didn't invent math.
Takeshi's Castle.
I am here to fuck up your maths. That's what it's going to say on my grave when I die.
/ hated WWE.
Right. Yeah. / still mad at WWE even in death.
Right, anyway.
I just had this vision of Buzz busting through a wall.
Next up, and available now, if memory serves me correctly, from Lionsgate Pictures, we have Survive the Game, starring Bruce Willis, as you can see. We also have Zack Ward, as I mentioned before. We have, oh God, what's his name? What's his name?
Fuck, I was just looking at it.
Sorry, I'm blanking there. One moment. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
Chad Michael Murray.
Thank you.
I was like trying to Google it real quick.
I had Michael in my head, and I was like, "That's not the right fucking name." But it was.
I have the
middleman.
cast up if you need it.
But yeah,
Also, Donna
Survive the Game.
DeNerico.
We got it sent into us recently. We've been sitting on this for a week or two because it's technically like it's not a horror, and we got the screener during the Halloween run up, and I kind of wanted to keep everything Halloweeny. But I do believe this only came out like November 2nd for general release, if memory serves me correctly. I'll just wait for Buzz. He sounds like he's doing that.
Oh, hey,
fact checking.
filming locations for Puerto Rico. That explains a lot of the scenery. Okay.
The Puerto Rican scenery?
Doesn't actually have
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing an actual one that was actually released.
Pretty sure it was November 2nd.
That's
Nope,
what I thought.
it was a
but
November
not
release.
finding it.
We got release date theaters October 8th, 2021 limited. Release date streaming October 8th, 2021.
Okay, October 8th.
There we go.
There you go. We've been sitting on it for a month, basically. So, but yeah, because Halloween. Someone else take this away.
Not going to be me because I'm very foggy on this one. Like I remember it, but I'm not good enough to remember.
The only reason I'm saying
to
someone else
explain
take
it.
this away is I did the majority of the VHS movies unintentionally. It just ran that way.
Okay,
Do you want to take this
I'm
one,
just it's just I'm trying to remember which guy is which. Basically, you have
Okay,
a cop
so you
who
have
is
Bruce.
on the
You
run
have
from
Bruce Willis, and you have as David, who is FBI officer and or police officer. I can't remember. And you have Cal, who is his partner.
That's okay.
And
Cal,
they go
that's, I
to
couldn't
break
remember.
up They go to do a drug bust with Zack Ward's character, who
Gene.
Yeah, there's a drug bust with this gang, and needless to say, it all goes a little bit tits up, and Bruce Willis ends up getting shot in the goulash. There you go.
And handles it like a beast.
Handles it like a boss. He reminds me of the Black Knight from Monty Python. You know, just but a flesh wound. Okay, there you go.
Oh, okay, so yeah.
So
I thought the way that you just jumped in, I thought that you were taking the story. I figured you were going with the thing.
No,
So anyway.
you were trying to remember stuff, and I just started talking until you looked like you knew what I was talking about.
Oh, I knew what you were talking about as soon as you said the name Cal, because that was the one that I was blanking. I didn't know which one was Cal and which was Eric, as in who was the farmer and who was the cop.
Eric is the farmer, Cal is the cop.
Yeah,
as is
so
Bruce
Cal,
Willis.
When everything
and Bruce
goes
Willis
tits
has
up,
got it.
Yeah, when everything goes tits up and Bruce Willis is shot, Cal ends up having to run from the gang. He runs straight onto the farm of Eric, being pursued by Gene, played by Zack Ward, and his awesome Mrs. Violet, played by Kate Katzman. Eric
she was
is
awesome.
not. Eric is not having the best time of it since his wife and daughter recently passed away, and he is very much considering
We
not
say
being
passed
here anymore.
away. It was more died in a horrible car crash, partially his fault.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's toying with the idea that, well, fuck this world and fuck everything that it stands for, and why the hell am I bothering?
He's doing the endless.
constantly
He's doing the bottomless approach, the bottomless alcohol bottle approach to therapy.
Yeah,
I was
pretty
going to say
much.
he was handling the bottomless flask approach, but yeah.
Well, flasks get filled from something.
Into his drunken reverie, literally comes crashing Cal, pursued by Gene and Violet. This ends up in an altercation. This ends up in Eric being involved. This ends up in a total clusterfuck for Gene and Violet because Gene's stepbrother is the head of the gang that they're working for. Unfortunately, Frank is in charge of the operation, and Frank is none too happy about the way things have gone. And he is currently arriving on with a wounded David, Bruce Willis, in the back of a car, along with a couple other lads, because they need to find Cal and sort this shit before the stepbrother has to intervene, and it becomes a proper why is the boss part of this.
Roddy
kind of thing.
said Bruce Willis is officially on autopilot now when doing films. This can't be great. I won't lie to you. This is surprisingly entertaining.
Yeah, like this was not his
It was
usual.
charming.
Because I agree.
Look, man, it's not an in-depth thriller or anything like that. It's just some good, wholesome fucking action movie fun. And that's what it is. You just need some cops and some bad guys and some firearms, and let's let the fucking cuckoo happen. And that's what happens.
And I can't say Bruce Willis fully like did his typical, because in a lot of the films I see him do now, it is kind of a phoning it in.
Those two space movies that he did that we got sent in.
Also, the one other cop guy liked to choke out people. I remember that.
He loves choking out people.
He just
loves it.
With bags, with his arms.
I'll be honest. It was like watching the old Flash Gordon TV serial. The fucking Boston Strangler himself was back in action.
Well, and it didn't help that the bad guy brought in like the most useless fucking thugs you could ever find.
That's mandatory action movie behavior, my man.
It is
mandatory action.
He went shopping in the discount center for henchmen.
Everything I've ever learned. My stream has been temporarily blocked due to audio or video. Okay, right. We can't run the trailer for the fucking movie we're doing. Evidently. Right. Okay.
Oh, and James made an appearance in the movie. The weather presenter.
Just give it a sec. It'll catch up in a minute.
I like how they're like in the chat. They're like, "Hey guys, hey." I was like, "Yeah, we know."
Oh, I don't know if you guys caught it. I just caught a trailer for it. It's cause I can't remember. Gail Gadot, Wonder Woman.
Gail Gadot.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Reynolds and The Rock have a movie coming out on Netflix here pretty soon.
Yeah, there was a joke about it ages ago. It's just we tried to get into a fight with Gail Gadot, and it's a very terrified looking Ryan Reynolds.
Nice.
But since then, an actual trailer came out. I thought it was just some gag that he had done.
Yeah, that looks kind of funny though. So, I mean, Ryan Reynolds and The Rock, they're always good together.
Ryan Reynolds.
I've never seen them together in anything.
Fast and Furious.
I am wondering,
whatever.
Is this actually going to come back?
Oh, no, it was Hobbs and what was that? Hobbs and it was a spinoff for Fast and Furious.
No, I think you'll
Statham.
find that. Is Ryan Reynolds in that? Oh,
Yeah, he's in it for like 2 spots.
So, hello, people. We appear to be back.
There we go. We're back.
Sweet.
Yeah, evidently we can't play the trailer for the movie that we were literally sent in.
Like that's what we got hit for.
Well,
so
what else would we?
So,
I'll put it this way: I turned off the trailer, and then
it all came back.
Yeah, well, I had to wait.
So
YouTube
once again,
sneaking,
YouTube is fucking us for doing what we were asked
Like
to do.
I
Right.
literally have permission to play this. Like I have a link for the whole fucking movie in my email from Lionsgate. So, you know, I
With the
assume they'd
intent
like
for
me
us
to
to
run the
review
fucking
it.
trailer. In the defense of what's going on, it's probably that they have some auto flag things set up on the fucking page, and I'll
Yeah.
need to dispute it. But that doesn't resolve the issue. YouTube
I think
Arpits,
YouTube's taken
Regine,
over my
we
WWE anger.
Yeah, what are we going to do here now? Yeah, we can't run the trailer, I suppose.
Might as well just
I need to
continue
reenact
talking
Yeah,
about
finish-
films.
finish on with the movie. I believe memory serves me correctly. We were arguing about. You were saying he hired the most idiotic bunch of
Yeah.
henchmen.
Discount fucking
Action. Yeah, action movie rules dictate, and you know this as much as anybody else, that you need the main guy, the
Right.
main guy's right hand guy who's
Check.
wicked at doing stuff, and then there's typically one big dude that works for them as well that can account for himself very well normally.
In this case, I feel that's Violet.
Yes, which I liked. Yeah.
Oh, dude, she was so badass.
Well,
Yep.
she's the only one that
Harlequin.
did any damage to anyone. The two lads, literally, the two lads that left mine and Bruce Willis didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
There was do you remember there was a part where like there's a car crash, and the camera goes to like Eric's point of view, and he's kind of like in the car and he's dazed and he's just hearing stuff happening outside, but you can tell that it's Violet and she's kicking the shit out of Cal.
Oh, dude,
It's great.
she
They're
was
just like,
owning
"Yes,
it.
Roddy said
go on."
YouTube has been kind of fucking on me this last month. They've done a change in YouTube policy, and
But that was supposed to only affect kids' content, which we are not.
yes, it does only affect kids' content in relation to all of that. But if you read all of the other stuff that wasn't specifically just about the kids' content kind of thing,
Right.
they're really
It was
cracking
other
down
stuff.
with the copyright flags and all of that. Though specifically in this instance, I would imagine it's Lionsgate just have some auto flag bot for when their shit starts getting used.
Played. Fuck
Yeah,
you, YouTube.
I will definitely say that Violet was probably like my favorite fucking character
Yes,
because it was
she's
that whole
mental.
like my bear, I'll fucking
Bruce Willis was my favorite character because he didn't fucking care.
you know,
went on with his day.
I'm
not
little
quite sure
Hole in
if
his
you mean the
stomach or
actor.
not, he was
I'm not quite
I
sure
like-
if you meant the actor or the character.
no Bruce Willis.
Just in general.
See-
it's the same as
Yeah.
he's like Nicolas Cage now, do you know, where it's like Nicolas Cage no longer plays characters.
I'm like
It's just Nicolas
Danhausen, where I
Cage
always
as
say the actor's name, not the actual character they play.
Nicolas
I say the
Cage.
actor's name.
See, I liked the little Jedi mind trick Bruce Willis pulled on old boy English when he was like, just watch
Liam.
the guy tied to the chair. Oh, They had him marked as English.
No, I remember his name was Liam. Oh.
No.
No.
I mean,
hang
Liam
on.
is a person, but the guy watching him was Simon Phillips.
I thought it was Adam Hewell Porter who was playing Liam.
Mm-mm.
Adam Hewell Porter is playing Liam. Potter is playing Liam.
Yeah, but my point is, I thought that was the character that was watching him. Maybe you were right. Maybe it was the character English that was watching him.
No, I think Liam was the one that couldn't figure out how to drive the car, so he wound up in the back seat. That took care of himself. Because, like, he was the bigger, like, he was the muscle of the group, and Liam was just kind of like, watch him. It's that simple. I'll be right back. And then
Anyway,
Bruce Willis
back to
does
Kate
like
Katzman
weird
as Violet.
mind trick.
Back to Kate Katzman as Violet. She's really good at wrecking shit.
Yes.
And she is an absolute delight in this movie. And actually, Zack Ward's character in the whole movie as well. He's fantastic. He has this kind of Billy Idol. There's this Billy Idol, Tyler Durden from Fight Club mentality.
Kind of Sons of Anarchy vibe.
Yeah,
I was just
when
going to
the
say
Sons of Anarchy vibe was he was wearing a biker vest.
Bonnie and Clyde, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biker
Joker and
Bonnie and
Harley
Clyde.
Quinn to be more on the money because she's so Harley Quinn I can't even describe it.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
dude,
I feel
like,
he's
even-
probably not
oh,
really
yeah.
Joker.
Huh?
I feel he's probably not really Joker.
Jared Leto Joker.
That's much worse.
But applicable. Moving on. Yeah, those two were fun.
A trouble duo.
Those two were fun. Cal is your typical blue collar fucking detective boy.
With
Like
some
the
serious
The
people
Team
get
Blue
locked
line is
out.
pin, and I adhere to it.
Some
There's
choke
some great
fetish
fight
going
scenes.
on.
One of my favorite fight scenes is where what'd you say?
With
I
a
said
choke.
with some choke fetish going on.
There is a bit of a choke fetish going on. Yeah, one of my favorite bits was Eric and
Oh
Cal
my
are trying to
gosh.
get away, and they crash the car that they're in, and Cal gets out, and Eric, because Eric is in this weird mood where it's like his survival instincts in his brain are telling him survive, but he's been trying to drink himself into the ground before all of this. So there's many moments where his brain's just kind of like, fuck it. Yeah, if the bullet hits me, the bullet hits me. I couldn't give two monkeys, to be blatantly on. You'd be doing me a favor, to quote the man from the movie. But there's a fight where Harley Quinn, or not Harley Quinn. There's a fight where Violet and the guy in the black
Cal.
suit that's got the choking fetish are getting in a
Frank.
fight with Cal,
Oh, no,
while
Cal.
the other guy's just kind of drinking in the car. And they're just chucking each other over the boots. Do you remember he's fighting the guy in the black suit, and all of a sudden you just see Violet from like off camera out
Yeah,
of
that's what I
nowhere,
was.
just straight up airborne.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I was at about a while ago.
Oh,
The car
dude, that was my
crash, and you
favorite.
just
Oh yeah, no, that was my favorite when she just kind of came out of nowhere,
she
like fucking
came
landed.
out of like that Randy Orton level of out of nowhere. Like literally, it was.
Oh,
and she looks like, and she's thrown in some decent kicks as well in some of those fights.
Oh yeah,
and,
she can.
like,
She can.
it's just
She can martial art, as I've been known to say. But do you know what I like about her, man? Is you can tell. You know when you can tell someone's a ride or die bitch. Violet's a ride or die bitch. Do you know what I mean? That was,
Yep.
She didn't give a monkeys. You don't put your hand on my man. Thump. like some crazy makeup ridden leopard. It's just
and had no issue about throwing down, like because there were like 2 or 3
She
fights.
didn't even have no issue about throwing down. She encouraged it. She was
Yeah.
down to clown. The fisticuffs is what I'm down for. She was nearly
Oh,
upset
yeah.
when your man handed her a shotgun.
yeah. It's like, why do I have
Yes.
to do this from range? Give me a knife.
But I got
Oh,
my
yeah.
baseball bat.
Hmm?
But I got my baseball bat.
This is a good movie to watch with friends because that's how we watched it. And it was fun.
Man, I won't lie to you. We had great crack watching
Yeah.
this movie because it's just good, wholesome fucking action movie fun. Some of the stuff that's supposed to be over the top is over the top. The serious bits are supposed to be there are the serious bits. And God damn it, I still to this day cannot tell, was it just Bruce Willis couldn't have given a monkeys about the role, or was it just his character is so goddamn hard that he couldn't give two fucks about bullets in his abdomen? Because it's Bruce
Right,
Willis.
like I'm
It
not
is.
going to
It's
give
Bruce
you the
Willis. Do you
pleasure
know what I
to
mean?
see
It
my
could go
face.
either way.
Right.
It could go either way.
He's a film that also could go either way for Bruce Willis is the new film Apex, which is kind of like it's like The Human Target, where people pay to go after a human. It's a hunt movie, basically.
Oh.
And I'm not quite sure if Bruce Willis is one of the hunters or being the guy that's getting hunted. But according to Kat, it was funny.
I
So
hope
I
for
don't
them
know
that
if
he's
that's
not the guy that's getting hunted, because he doesn't give two fucks about bullets. Like, he's going to be an absolute pain in the ass to deal with.
also Katie's
Maybe
back.
he's
Hello.
Michael Myers.
Hey, Katie.
Welcome back,
Michael
Katie.
Myers
We
didn't
were
care
also
about anything, including
temporarily
bones being broken.
away, so it's all good. Don't worry about it. Like, I could see him in that movie getting shot in the head and been like, "Why aren't you dead? I shot you right in the face." I don't give a fuck.
Apparently, he is the one being
The
hunted.
pleasure to watch me die.
Apparently, he is the one being hunted.
Oh God. Okay. How does he handle the bullets, Regine? Well, I'd imagine.
I think it's a sci-fi thing, so it might not be bullets so much as energy weapons.
They cauterize while
Yes.
obliterating.
Depending on the level.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah, but like, I won't lie to you. I also like Bruce Willis's character. I liked how, while shot in the abdomen, which is so action movie, I can't even describe it, he managed to kick the tits off two different blokes at two separate times.
Another funny thing is, we weren't 100% sure about like the movie. We're like, oh, Bruce Willis might be in a scene or two. Nope, he's in pretty much the whole
because
goddamn
a lot of the new movies that Bruce Willis has been in are kind of like, he shows up at the start, something happens where he gets accosted, he is locked away at this thing, or he has to go to this separate outpost or something to sort out another doodad, check in with him 45 minutes later. But no, he was fucking in this movie.
I kind of figured he was going to be like maybe the drug dealer that sent everybody out, and then we never saw him again, or the cop that handed off the job or something.
No, he got shot in the stomach within 5 minutes and then did not stop giving back sass until the end of the goddamn movie, which I was all about.
Oh, I wish his nickname was Sassafras. That should be his nickname of this movie. That was what he was given.
I'm probably going to regret this, but where did you get Sassafras out of?
Sylvester.
Something
that's suffering.
Something I say.
Succotash.
Yeah, Succotash.
And that's also Roman Reigns.
Sassafras just randomly.
No,
just something I randomly say.
Something.
Is it?
I mean, it could be from something.
Falco and Leghorn would say it sometimes.
Sure. I'm sure I heard it from somewhere, but I just randomly say it because I think it's funny. Like when the cat is walking around giving me sass, I'm like, "You are such a sassafras."
Like the old one,
sure you're saying that in the wrong context.
The old saying was like suffering. That one.
Suffering succotash.
Sure.
Thank you. There we go.
Right.
Okay. Since we can't play the trailer, will we just go straight to the scores? Or...
I would like to do some sort of ad break, because that's
Buzz reenact one of the shootouts.
No.
Where's he going to find someone to dive on him from off camera? Is the only problem.
That I only do that for movies that suck. I don't do that for good movies because I don't want to make a mockery of the movie.
I appreciate.
I have standards.
That's good. That's good.
Also, sassafras is a tree. Just to let you guys know too.
GoreCast Among Us has been updated with new roles, and apparently they fixed the DDoSing connection issue with new hardware. Okay, well, we might do some Among Us on Sunday instead of the Goosey Goose Ducks just to see what's going on with it.
Quizzack.
What are we going to do? What should we do?
Do you have any ad breaks that you can throw up?
Just show them a black screen for a couple of seconds and come back.
We already did that.
Oh, that's true. That could be our bad break.
Short GoreCast trailer?
Show or current one?
No. Any
or
old short one or something.
Yeah.
Brian Buffod thingy.
You are reading my mind. Which Brian Buffod thingy?
Oh.
We'll pick one and it'll be a surprise to everybody.
Okay, there we go. Okay, all right. think it's this.
Roddy's just commented, you guys are going to have to start filming your own trailers.
We do. We play them at the end of the episodes.
Yeah.
I think he meant our own version of whatever trailer is supposed to be for the movie we're reviewing.
Oh. If we could fit that in the schedule.
Terrible idea. Also, Bill is also preempting the vote for Sunday's game and is determined to get rid of Carter because he reckons Carter's the killer. He's being too quiet.
Huh. Okay, give me a sec. I need to make sure this works.
His own business.
1 minute.
He is the murderer in the game.
No, that's not the video I thought it was.
Not Bill.
Keep talking. I need to.
My nose itches.
This is instantaneous.
It's like we weren't prepared for this.
Yeah, it's like I wasn't prepared for the one movie that we were told to fucking review by the people that made it to not be allowed to
It's
play.
YouTube. Hey, it's not our fault. It's not their fault. It's YouTube's fault for being goddamn motherfucking YouTube.
Okay. How about we fuck YouTube?
Like Deadly said, though. No, like Deadly said, though, it could just be a bot that Lionsgate has.
Ouch. I got myself in the glasses. YouTube, sneak in close, YouTube. We gotta talk.
Oh, here we go.
Come in closer, YouTube. It's okay, I won't bite.
Yeah, you will.
Just come in closer, YouTube. Fucking stop your shit, YouTube. There we go.
Yeah.
Me and YouTube had a talk. It's okay now. Everything's fixed.
Does YouTube know that you and YouTube had a talk?
I just talked to YouTube.
But
Dave YouTube. Yes, Dave YouTube.
Damn you, Dave YouTube.
See, now, did you talk to YouTube or did you just talk at YouTube?
Well, I talk because they're watching.
Damn you.
But did they respond?
I talk to them.
Because a conversation is a two-way street.
They responded.
Otherwise, it's just you being delusional.
They responded by taking down our stream while we were playing them.
I don't know. I've had a lot of conversations where I didn't respond and I still feel like I had a talking to.
Dude, I talk to myself all the time. It doesn't mean I'm any less delusional.
I wouldn't even talk to myself.
Wait
Just
a
be
minute.
me and just okay.
Are you guys ready after this? So I get into the historical, factual Abraham Lincoln vampire.
Yeah. Definitely historical.
History.
I learned it in history class. I don't know about you.
You guys probably know.
Yeah.
I learned other mythology like Cullen, which was awesome.
They spinned us a yard.
Who did Dead Alive? Was that you?
I did.
Okay.
That was my sexy character.
I did Wrestlers versus Zombies.
Right. We will be back after a brief message from our sponsor.
Ooh, yeah. Following is a paid-for promotion by Big Brian Buffwad's Pro Wrestling School and Movie Advertising Agency.
Ooh, it's time for a Big Brian Buffwad power nap. Oh. Hello? Peter Jackson. Lord of the Rings director? Oh, 1980s Peter Jackson. Got it. You need a movie? Promo too long? Okay, cool. Zombie movie? Got it. What a love story? Got it. The core? Got it. What a love story? Got it. What really weird in the zombie pig? Got it. Let me sort it out for you. I got just the guy for the job. Ooh, yeah!
What I want right now is for everybody to feast their eyes on the world's most sexiest man alive, Dick McLarchuge. And fellas, if you don't think I'm the world's most sexiest man alive, go find your old lady and ask her, because that's what she called me last night. Now, as an expert of love, I'm going to tell you the tale of Lionel, who goes way out of his league in the love department. Not that that's a McLarchuge issue, but I digress. His evil mother tries to sabotage the relationship, but in the process is bitten by some crazy monkey rat thing and is turned into a zombie. Lionel tries to keep her in the basement to hide her while he tries to repair the relationship she tried to sabotage, but then she gets out and all hell breaks loose and she starts turning everybody in the town into crazy zombies. A scene that is perfectly depicted when Lionel takes his lawnmower in the house and just storms through a horde of zombies, blood flying everywhere. Mwah! Perfect. Brain Dead, Dead Alive is directed by Peter Jackson, was released in 1992, and gets the McLarge seal of approval.
Yes.
And we're back
I can't hear.
from our sponsor, Big Brian Buffwad. He's Pro Wrestling School and movie advertising agency, and now, from what I understand, associated publishing company as well. From what I understand,
that was a sexy
and one of these pro wrestlers / movie advertisers, Dick McLarge. That was on television.
Who may be the love child of Val Venus and Viscera, according to Bill.
I'll take it. At least it's not a hand like when fucking Mark Henry and Mae Young had a baby.
Sexual chocolate.
Stillborn hand. So stupid.
Well, that broke
Big
me.
Daddy V.
That broke
Big Daddy V.
Roddy reckons Val Venus and Captain Lou Albano.
Oh, good
that
old
works,
Captain Lou. Captain Lou.
Pretty much
Albano.
Val Venus plus any large individual.
I'm surprised
And
nobody was
he
saying
should
Rapture
have-
Rick Rude.
Like that's what it was supposed to be.
Ah.
That was my muse.
So you went for Lothario and apparently got porn star. Not bad.
Yeah. So Val Venus has a love child with Rick Rude. That's pretty much what it was. Except I don't have abs like Rick Rude.
I'm probably going to
those
put
abs.
Abraham Lincoln. Vampire
Nobody does
Hunter
outside
up.
of CGI.
Damn. He has abs for days.
Abs for days. Anyway.
Yeah. Whatever Dick
Scores
McLarge
for.
said.
I was going to say, shall we move on to scores for Survive the Game?
Yes, that would be delightful.
I'm going to go with a 3. Oh,
4?
okay.
4.
I'm okay with a 4.
I feel like an asshole. I'm going 3.
Don't feel too much of an asshole. I'm going 3 as well.
Okay.
Okay, so that's
assholes.
ASSHOLE. I'm an asshole. Yo, 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 yo.
You could be an ass man. Dan.
Or an ass boy if you're Austin.
Ass man. Ass boy.
Oh god, that should be another Brian Buffalo thing character. Shaking your ass.
Well, we know what you're doing next, apparently.
Pretty sure that was a.
That's pretty much Dick McLarge. So that's 8.
3.5.
There you go. 8 plus 6 equals 3.5.
8 plus 6 equals 14. If you need an actual answer.
I'm fine with 3.5.
It was just how quick you were in. Before you even get into this shit, this is the answer. Stop your crap right now.
Yeah, I could smell a Steiner Math promo boiling up. Then you have to divide it down by the amount of times I've caused you and your family pain.
Katie wants to know if Buzz is hireable for birthday parties. I'd have to talk to the boss.
Yeah, it's pretty pricey though because you have to fly him from America unless you want to do it on the Zooms, at which point there's a negotiable price we can work out.
It's kind of like a cameo, kind of. I'll say whatever you want if you give me money.
Yeah, kind of like a cameo, but I'm thinking more of a whorehouse is basically the way I've been.
So OnlyFans again. We're back to OnlyFans. Okay. I see.
Yes, but more.
Oh.
Because I feel you misunderstood how OnlyFans worked.
Yeah. OnlyFans was a whorehouse that they put a screen in front of everything. Whorehouse is a whorehouse without the screen.
Okay. Well, color me intrigued.
They'll color you whatever color you want to be. They're paying. Just whatever the fuck tickles their pickle. Give it another year. It won't be like welcome to the GoreCast. Here's me and my co-host. It'll be welcome to the GoreCast, bitches.
3.5.
How's your day been? Getting laid and getting paid.
So anyway,
I don't know how to transition into the
I was going to say. So anyway, on to
GoreCast
apparently
cameos have to
America's.
be a thing. The only thing I have an issue with doing the GoreCast cameos, and I'm not against it, it's just I feel it'll be really crushing when the only person who hires us on cameo is you, possibly for your birthday, and probably my mom.
Hey, money's money. So I mean,
Mummy's mummy? Is that what you just said?
no, money is
Oh,
money.
right. Okay.
I mean, they have a birthday at least once a year, so at least that's one
Oh,
payday.
crap. Bill's already weaponizing Buzz.
I can be had at the highest price. I'm just letting you know. I am actually low price.
This is why I started my whorehouse idea with you. I knew I'd have to work on the other two. You'd be probably just on board.
Whatever. Anything for the shits and gigs.
Whatever makes the green, Daddy. I don't mind.
Yeah. Hey, this could be a clip for the trailer. Or promo that you need to put in.
Yeah.
Buzz, you're going to have to grow long hair.
I have a wig.
He's got a curly wig.
Hair. I was gonna say that's one thing that's not.
He's got a curly wig. I can send him in there like one of the Cagney and Lacey ladies.
Yeah. I am genetically fucked on the hair front, so there's no growing hair. It just I try to grow hair, it just laughs at me.
Night, Katie. Sorry we weirded you out before you go to sleep.
Night, Katie.
Hi, Katie.
Yeah, okay, so 3 point, what did I say, 3.5 was it?
3.5.
Okay, next up.
Carter and Buzz's history lesson.
Yes, next up, as we have established before, the very factual, very evil, very real, lifelong story of America's first president, Abraham Lincoln. And he's fighting against slavery and vampires.
With his old pal, Anthony Mackie.
Yeah.
How's it?
That's his name in
this
the movie.
movie.
Anthony Mackie.
Yep, Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie. That's his name in the movie.
This movie, I can do maybe a quick.
What?
You froze.
Did you say you can do it quick?
Oh, I could probably do it quick. Do you need quick or do you need thorough?
There was a president. There was a vampire. This is
won't lie to you. Snappy and concise would be good.
Okay.
Which is not quick, but also not thorough.
Okay. We'll see what happens, and if you guys need to fill in any blanks, you can fill in blanks.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
I feel this is like a movie review with stabilizers or something. It's kind of look, you just push me off down the hill, and we'll see how far I go. And if it crashes, you can always just pick me up and fucking show me how to ride a bike.
Considering you had him call you daddy a few minutes ago, it works perfectly.
I didn't have him call me daddy. I demanded
who
that
called
he called me daddy.
What are you?
If we're getting into that, that's the way that works. I've got Netflix. I have Discovery Channel. I know how the pimp daddies work around the world. I know all the lingo. I'm down with the cool kids.
Yeah. So, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter is the factual biography of one said president of the United States of America, Abraham Lincoln. Film starts off where he's a child, because normally that's where you start off in life as a young child.
A young buck.
Yes. His family, his mother was killed by a vampire. Correct?
Yes.
So
factually accurate. Yes.
This made Abraham angry.
Yes.
And you will not like Abraham when he's angry.
I think you're starting to mix one of the other Mackie movies into, just to clarify.
Okay.
Yeah.
So take that out. There's no Bruce Banner.
Yes, okay. It's not like what I read, then just go back to there and just take it from
okay, yeah. We'll fix it in post. That's okay.
Nice. Yeah, perfect.
So Abraham holds this grudge from this vampire that killed his mama. Because, I mean, I would too. If a vampire killed my mama, I would want to kill said vampire. So he goes through a bar. He's older now, and he's trying to get the courage. He is going to
Abraham
go
Lincoln.
Very punny. He goes. Actually, he may not have been fully a man. He may have been a middle man, like in between.
Yeah, I didn't know how to rhyme Abra boy Lincoln, so I just ran with it.
So he's gonna go kill. Yeah. So he's gonna kill this vampire who killed his mama, and another guy just kind of stops him. He's like, "Hey, somebody, like, it's either two things: you're about to ask a girl to kiss you, or you're gonna kill a man." That's what a man does when something. I forgot what he was doing.
When you drink that much.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it was. Thank you for filling in that blank.
No problem.
And sure enough, he was going to try to kill a man because a gun drops out of his pocket. And he goes to try to kill the man, finds out he's a vampire. Didn't know if he knew if he was a vampire originally.
I think the main point is that he definitely knew he killed his mother.
Yes. That was the main thing.
I feel the vampire thing was merely some cherry on the top of the, you killed my mama, now I'm going to kill you.
Right.
Yes.
Kind of like Inigo Montoya, but instead of being his father, it's his mother.
Exactly. Again, another factual statement. Just spitting out the facts.
I love when we do horror documentary because it's just facts.
Yeah.
I love it.
Spitting out the facts.
Yep.
So he goes to attempt to kill this man. It does not go well for young Abraham. He's kind of knocked out, unconscious by the vampire. The vampire is going to kill him. Dude in the bar saves him. I don't think we.
Henry.
Yeah, we do kind of see that. Yeah, Henry. I can't remember if we actually see him stop the dude or if he just. Abraham wakes up.
He stopped the dude.
Yeah, because he's kind of lazy, looking around.
He puts a bit of a.
Roddy, by the way, you should watch this. I know it got absolutely slated, but it's just a fuckload of fun.
Oh, dude, it's so fucking awesome.
It's so fucking fun.
And like I said, factual. Like, this happened. Like, I learned about this.
It's goddamn history.
In history class when I was a young whippersnapper.
I think if you look through the history books, 60% of the time, that's going to check up every time.
Roddy says he fears PG-13. I don't think it really affects this movie that much.
No, surprisingly, it doesn't.
It does,
because I'm with you. I usually do fear horror PG because it's not going to have. But this one actually did a good justice for PG.
Like, it's not gory, but it didn't need to be.
Right.
There's some really I'll get through it. So Henry, we find out, kind of teaches young Abrahams the ways of the hunting, makes him pick an axe. Or no, he doesn't make him. He picks an axe. He offers him guns. He's like, no, I think I'll take this axe.
Yeah.
Chops down a tree.
Right. Let's say he offered him like a whole fucking kill box. He's like, I like an axe, and just stuck with it.
Yeah. So
also factually accurate.
Yes. He chopped down a cherry tree, or was that not Abraham Lincoln?
That was Abraham
president?
Lincoln.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's
it's
probably
one of the things he
was
really famous for.
That's probably why that was in there, because that was probably a cherry tree he chopped down.
Yeah. It's also why he uses an axe. It's like an integral part of the story is the whole Abraham Lincoln likes axes.
Like, it's like it actually happened.
Some would say it's like it's based on actual history. And it's madness.
So
we had such an interesting history in America.
This Henry guy finally goes and puts young Abraham on a mission to hunt down some vampires. And he's just hunting them down, but he only wants that one vampire.
Yeah.
The one that killed his mother.
Yeah. And
that was the one name he was not getting from Henry, because Henry is a selfish prick. I don't know.
Henry had his own agenda.
Yeah. So while this is happening,
giving you your mother's name. It's just so good at killing vampires.
Right.
Yeah. So
if I give you your
as many,
may retire or some weird shit.
It's like the crow. If you just do what the crow says, you're in the ground. Fucking once the thing's done, let's do a little bit of sidetracking. I know that's a bad example because you can't do that as a crow. You got to stay on task.
I think it was more that if Abe off the guy that killed his mother, that guy's high enough on the food chain that it will get him all kinds of unwanted attention that he's not ready for. So I'm going to train you up by going up against all these different vampires first. And when I think you're ready to be able to handle not the one that killed your mother, but the ones that are going to come when you whack him, then I'll tell you who he is.
And you're doing me a lot of fucking solids by me not having to deal with these fucks. Because I can't touch them.
There's that too.
Because there was that one rule of like...
Well, we don't know that at first.
I know all. I have read all of the history books.
Oh, that's right.
That's that one rule. Because that's that one rule he gave him. Take revenge off the table. I'll train you, and we will do this together. Because like Henry had a better plan of how to, like you said, how to take down the whole tower.
So as things are going, and Abraham is just knocking out some vampires, he runs into his old friend Anthony Mackie, and they're like, "Oh, Anthony Mackie!" He wasn't the star yet because this was happening before. Star of things. Welcome to the movie. They're best friends from the past.
Yeah,
he was when he was a child.
Yeah, him and Anthony Mackie.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad. See, I'm glad you read that part of the history book as well.
Yeah. Historically though, he used to go under a different name, which was Will Johnson. Just to let you know.
No, I couldn't. His name was covered by the GoreCast screen.
I'm not going to start confusing timelines with all of that shenanigans. No.
So while things are going on, and him and Anthony Mackie are getting, all reacquainted, he runs in. There's a Mary Todd Lincoln, or no, she wasn't Lincoln yet. Mary Todd that shows up. He gets all,
You're after giving away the end of the movie. God damn it!
I know they get married. Oh God! But this is the one thing that Henry did not. Well, it's not giving it away if you read the book. You should know
the history book.
Yeah.
You mean the one that's written? You mean the one that's written by Seth Graham Smith, the same guy that gave us Pride and Prejudice and Zombies?
No, he's the one who's written by the Encyclopedia Britannica and covers history. Jesus Christ!
Exactly.
No, but I'm backing you up. There actually is the historical book Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, which was published in 2010, written by Seth Graham Smith, who also gave us the historical book Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
God, that was a good one.
Yes, maybe.
No, there are some things that are different between the book and the film, but anyway, it doesn't detract.
Pride and Prejudice, and mostly.
So there's a Mary Todd. She gets in the picture. But the one thing that Mr. Henry tells Abraham, don't get close to anybody because they could use that against you. And he did it anyway. He got close to Mary Todd pre-Lincoln.
Because presidents need poon.
Right.
Well, he wasn't the president yet, though. He was a pre-president.
Soon to be presidents need poon.
Pre-presidents need poon.
He gave him 2 rules. Don't make friends. He went out and made friends. Don't get another half. He went out and got.
Who was his friend?
He made friends with. Speed.
Oh, the guy.
Speed.
Yeah.
Speed.
He was the shop owner.
Played by Jimmy Simpson from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
He was.
Oh,
and he was.
Yeah, he's one of the McBoyle twins. They're disgusting.
Nice. Okay.
Because say nice now.
I just mean I dig Simpson. Like he's a cool dude.
OJ?
You all right there, Buzz?
Okay.
My bad.
Are you getting huffy because you got interrupted on a show where people
I
interrupt
was,
each other?
because if I don't keep this going, I'm going to forget. So while I'm on the groove.
How can you forget history? I mean, it's literally the history of your country.
True.
It's one of your founding fathers.
Because he didn't make friends with Anthony Mackie because he was pre-friends with Anthony Mackie before the vampire hunting stuff. That's why I was asking what friend you were talking about. Anywho, things happen. He becomes president because he wants to fight. What?
I was going to say, Cat has to say goodbye. So, night, Cat.
Bye.
Night.
I thought this was going to be fast, but it's actually not fast at all.
No.
That's why I
get into a shtick, though. I get into a shtick.
Yeah. What I'm finding funny as well is all of our other segments took longer because we sidetracked like motherfuckers. This has been relatively on point.
Yeah. So he becomes president because he wants to fight slavery from within the White House.
And vampires.
That's the only way he can do it. And vampires. It kind of helps. Well, no, but because people can be. Okay. So I'm like.
That wasn't even English what you just said there for the last 10 seconds.
Sorry.
What the fuck?
I had a bacon cheeseburger before the show.
I felt like
Buzz has reached that food level.
You're on a cholesterol high? I didn't even know that was a thing.
I think one of my arteries may just got blocked. So
he's on that interesting food high whereby he doesn't speak proper English, but he knows he's not speaking at proper English, so he's able to correct himself. Remember, like me that time?
Yes, but that wasn't a food high. You were shit bags.
Yeah, those are two different things.
Yeah.
So he ends up. I was track back a little before he becomes the president. He actually kills the motherfucking vampire. Kills Mama in a really cool horse scene. The train scene's at the end. That fucking scene where they're like running around on the horses, awesome. Fucking love that scene.
And historically accurate.
Historically accurate.
And
I love the fact
with
that
physics.
It's like they had a camera, just like handheld camera, just filmed this as it happened live.
Probably couldn't do that because that wouldn't have happened historically.
Well, you could have, because someone could have time jumped back into a whatever time this was. And filmed it. And then
this was.
Okay.
Yeah,
so now evidently we are merging Mackie and the Marvel universe into this storyline. Okay.
Yes. See, that's what I was gonna say. He's Falcon.
It's Abraham Lincoln far away from home. Is what I'm hearing.
I dug the fact that he picked the axe and he stuck with the axe the entire movie. Like that was just some.
But then
shit.
he snuck a gun in it though too. He kind of shot somebody with it.
Well, it was through the axe, which made it even cooler.
Here's the thing that bugs me when you see a lot of these superhero guys and they kind of miscellaneously bounce between weapons and things like that, and it's just kind of like sometimes when you just find a winner, just stick with the fucking winner.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Here's my biggest quibble about this movie, right? And it's really simple.
Probably just said I read about the great vampire horse ride of 1845. Yep, as I said, straight up historically accurate.
Okay, so here's my one big conundrum, right? Okay, so Abraham's being trained up, and he is like, we can see he's doing all this cool stuff. He's strong enough to deal with vampires. He's able to do all this, do all that. He's like, "Rah." And apparently the source of his power is the fact that he's angry. So he gets so filled with rage he can take out a tree with one axe blow. Wow, I wish I had that power, because I should be destroying houses on a regular fucking basis.
You destroy electricity on a regular fucking basis. What are you on about?
But I don't do that intentionally.
You're also not.
He
Abraham
doesn't
Lincoln.
do the fucking tree thing intentionally. He gets really angry, and it just happens to be whatever's at the end of the tree.
Like, it's very intentional.
If Skynet ever goes off, you're the fucking
no.
solution.
He kept getting poked. He kept getting poked, and that last swing he did took out a tree, and even he was like, "I just took out a fucking tree." Yeah. Yes, you did, bro.
Giz doesn't have any of those moments now, but when Skynet eventually becomes the thing, and I tell him that fucking I was banging his girlfriend for the last 4 years, they don't really like gingers at all, and they are a dying race, and that comic books are just an overrated form of media that people really should put down and get an actual fucking book, and then shove him into the Skynet office. We'll see how good his abilities to get really angry and sort stuff out are.
Pretty sure I'm going to be fine, because I know you were lying with that very first line.
Which one? That I was banging your girlfriend for the last several. I just ran with things that would piss you off.
Implies I'm me just having saying, like, in the first place.
When you get angry, you get the powers of Abraham Lincoln.
No, he gets the powers of electromagnetic pulses.
Or Abraham Lincoln.
At which point you're going to turn back to Deadly. I just took that down with a karate chop. Yes, you did, bro.
I won't lie to you. Like, you broke your hand for no reason. You didn't even need to karate chop it. That's not how electromagnetic pulses work. But anyway, that's fine.
All right. So back to Buzz Tells You History. So where were we at?
It's just science. Sorry, I just can't.
So Abraham, he killed the vampire in the awesome horse chase that actually happened.
Yeah.
Then he becomes president.
Yeah, the famous vampire horse chase of 1845.
Yes. Then he stops being the vampire hunter when he comes and becomes Abraham Lincoln, the president hunter, I guess. And things are, and then
he's splitting his business.
Sure.
Still a little bit.
So
he's like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Do you know, he's kind of like, I'm a little bit student, I'm a little bit Vampire Slayer, I'm a little bit going to the disco, I'm a little bit Vampire Slayer. I'm a little bit walking around graveyards, I'm a little bit Vampire Slayer. That's the later season. But anyway, you know.
He was dealing with that whole Civil War thing and the vampires.
That little thing.
You know, he had to multitask.
Yeah, and the vampires were kind of mixed up in the Civil War anyway.
Yeah, because that's what I was getting at. Because like after he killed the vampire that killed his mama, the head vampire guy was not happy with that because he was like just said he's kind of like up there on the totem pole of vampire hierarchy, I guess.
Because it turned out that Henry wasn't wrong. That if you kill the guy that killed your mama, there's going to be some really big dudes that are going to come looking.
Exactly. So then they get this awesome idea where like we're just going to start using all these vampires as the Confederate soldiers.
Yeah.
And we're going to win the war, and we're going to get that Abraham Lincoln, that son of a bitch.
Because not unlike Bruce Willis in action movies in 2021, bullets don't bother the fucking Confederates either.
Yeah. Right. So that happens, and things happen. Anthony Mackie gets kidnapped. He saves him.
Historically accurate.
Yep. After that, they get this idea where Abraham Lincoln's son died by being bit by a female vampire.
Yep.
Which was later on in the history books. And then it was very sad. That was a hard day at school, and we learned about that.
It was.
Day.
Yeah, I cried. I cried. I cried for two reasons. Why are you teaching me American history was the first thing I cried. The second thing being the upsetness about his son getting turned into a vampire in front of him. It was heartbreaking.
Yes, it was a little deeper over here. Like, oh my God, one of our presidents went through that. Oh,
yeah.
Kind of.
I don't know who this guy is, but he's got fantastic hair, and I don't like to see anybody lose a son to vampires.
After that, good old Abe, he was done. You know, his son died. His marriage with now married Todd Lincoln they disconnect. She's not happy with him, and they come up with a plan to stop the vampires.
Yeah, not save his marriage. Just to clarify.
No,
right.
He's Abraham Lincoln. He can find. So
he's goddamn rolling in fucking pilgrim pussy,
dude.
Yeah,
fucking a vampire hunting president. I mean, there's people like it's like a rock concert. Underwear just
the porno writes itself.
Yeah. So they come up with this master plan to stop King Vampire. Can't think of his name. Don't really care. That wasn't in the history books.
Roddy also read about the great Mackie kidnapping of 1845 in his history books. I know it's.
You guys are acting like I'm making this up.
I know.
I've got
straight up facts.
right here.
I should have actually had a fact button for every time you drop a fact. Fact.
You should have like one of those pie charts. Is like years pop up. Anthony Mackie was kidnapped in 18.
He chased down the killer of his mother on horseback, and then ran across the horses like a sea of horseback, and then fuck.
Yeah. Oh. And then so they decide to try to kill King Vampire. Like I said, don't know his name. Don't really care. It's not that part wasn't in. There you go.
Adam.
And there we go. Jack Adam. He was also president. So. I had to take a breath there because I had to think of what I was going to say next. So they have this idea, and fucking the guy. Oh, what? Hold on. What's his name? Joshua Speed, guy from show that you were talking about. He betrays Abraham Lincoln.
Bastard.
Right.
He goes and he tells Girl Vampire. He tells Girl Vampire who killed his son, Abraham Lincoln's gonna do some shit with some silver, and there's gonna be a train. Go stop the train. He did that.
Goddamn.
Hold on. We're getting a swerve. He told him that, and the fucking silver wasn't in the train. It was in a different train. The Underground Railroad history.
Knowledge.
And everybody lives happily ever after. The end. Abraham Lincoln kills vampires. Civil War is won by the North because of the silver that they got. And they just killed all the Confederate vampires.
Isn't
Anthony Mackie gets to star?
Whoa. Hang on. Whoa. Doesn't that story have a little bit more to it? Something about some people go to a theater and there's a bit of an incident that happens.
Well,
yeah, that wasn't in that movie.
That was my Benedict Cumberbatch joke. Dick balls. Oh no, yeah, no, it's kind of no.
So in fact, people don't exactly live happily ever after.
In my In the history books, they live happily ever after. They had to put that in the movie because you have to add things to the movie to make it cinematic.
Oh, that brings me to the point that brings me to the point that I was going to make, whereby the way the movie of a historical character, they add things in, but the book has different things happening in it. Like the fact that in the book, Abraham Lincoln actually killed the vampire that killed his mother straight away, and then tracked another vampire at the docks when he saw he was buying slaves, and nearly got his head kicked in until Henry turned up and saved him.
No shit.
History.
I will say, though.
I started talking about the book, so I fell asleep.
Hey, it's where you drew your history from, isn't it?
So, everybody lives happily ever after, and Anthony Mackie becomes the Falcon in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He forgets his Abraham Lincoln past, and he moves on to greater heights, and he gets a team with Captain America.
The fact that he's a vampire if he's lived that long?
Yeah.
And the fact that Henry goes off to find like his next vampire hunter,
and he teams up with another Captain America. So, like, kind of Abraham Lincoln's kind of the first Captain America, because he's America. I don't know. It's getting somewhere, and then he gets to team with Steve Rogers. So he gets to team with two Captain Americas, and then he becomes Captain America.
Dude, it's more important than that. It's more important than that. Because
hang on. Are you trying to tell me that Captain America is Abraham Lincoln?
Whoa! More importantly, you forgot Henry sired a child, and that child went on to become Tony Stark.
Oh yeah, whatever he just said.
Mind blown.
No, I said he teamed with two Captain Americas.
Yeah,
Abraham Lincoln was
taught, and he was taught by Howard Stark.
You're correct.
He was.
I was telling Johnny. I wasn't telling. I was telling Johnny. I was saying he teamed with the first Captain America, which was Abraham Lincoln. He fought for America like a captain would. Captain America, the vampire hunter. And then he teamed with Steve Rogers, the Marvel Captain America, the second Captain America. Then he becomes Captain America.
Just so you know, Captain America also hunted vampires at one point.
Truth.
Maybe it was Abraham Lincoln.
No, I meant Steve Rogers, Captain America.
We don't have any more time to talk about bits of this movie until we go into our rating system. So here's the trailer for Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. We'll be back to give you our rating after this.
Unless we get paid for promotion by Big Brian Brothwod's Pro Wrestling School and Movie Advertising Agency.
Ooh, it's time for a Big Brian Buffwad power nap. Oh. Hello? Peter Jackson. Lord of the Rings director? Oh, 1980s Peter Jackson. Got it. You need a movie?
However, history remembers me before I was a president. I shall always think of myself as a hunter. My mother was murdered. I was just a boy.
There is darkness everywhere, Mr. Lincoln. I can teach you how to see them, how to destroy them. I will give you names and you will hunt them down. It falls to us, Abraham, to ensure this remains a nation of men and not monsters.
How do we begin? There is a war coming. I shall kill them all.
Only the living can kill the dead.
This hunter,
They say he's a madman.
it's time vampires got a nation of our own.
Presume you know what I can do with this.
I know what you can do against one, but against 20?
Zombies, I think.
And are you serious?
Oh, I am spent from all that history.
Yeah, facts. It's just facts after facts after facts after facts. We're very fact-accurate here on the GoreCast, as everybody knows.
So, like, on a weird, serious note,
And I appreciate what little bit I did know about American history. I appreciate, like, after the 1 or 2 Halloweens for myself and Giz have sat down on 2 different media streaming formats and explained the whole history of Halloween in depth and everything to a load of people. It was nice for you guys to sit down and give us a run through on your history a little bit, and I appreciate that.
It's fun to share.
It's
actually pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. Do you know what I mean?
I have so like a weird not sidetrack, but like
we had a Michael Collins lad. He had an action movie about him as well. It wasn't as supernaturally heavy as your one, which you would have thought it would have been in Ireland. But I
have like a really weird relationship. Yeah. I have a really weird relationship with this movie. As no, it's not a bad. It's I don't know. It's actually gonna be kind of serious. This was the movie I was watching when Hunter was in for surgery, for his first heart surgery, and he was in the hospital. And we were in like a nearby place where they would have all the parents stay, so that way you could keep going up to the hospital. It was like it was called the Ronald McDonald House. Yeah, it's like a place where like right next to, like, I literally could walk right to the hospital.
Good way to keep you calm about your child getting surgery is stick you in a psychotic clown's house.
And it just allows you to sleep like a head. Like it's almost like a kind of like a hotel kind of. You can go sleep for the night while they're up in the room.
Some sort of hospital is what.
Kind of. Yeah. But this was the movie that because we had a DVD, like we took our own TVs in our rooms and DVD player, and like this was the movie that just like I kept on like repeat almost like the whole, and because he was in there for about almost like a month and a half for recovery and shit. So like I watched this movie so much. So like so
mine's not
special.
That deep. Right, like mine's not that deep. Like I just dug it enough that I've been rewatching it that long.
And I appreciate your special story. It's just, as has been previously stated many times, I'm emotionally stunted and don't know how to deal with these kind of things. So I just do the stereotypical Irish thing, which is kind of not unlike Danhausen, just kind of go like this.
Very nice. But yeah, so that's why I watched it so many times. Well, a lot of it was because my ex-wife constantly kept falling asleep and then would want to rewatch it again because she's like, "Oh, I fell asleep and I want to watch it." Like, all right, here we go again.
You're lucky. Just came in with next national treasure, Mr. Cage unearths the true history of Lincoln, then becomes Ghost Rider, then teams up with Blade. Shit writes itself.
Oh, yes, it does.
I think I did hear that in 7th grade history.
Yeah, about the Wesley Snipes era.
Yeah, this was post Anthony Mackie.
Snipes era.
Yeah, post Anthony Mackie and also post tax evasion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good times.
And post Abraham Lincoln.
Facts.
Don't you mean pre-Anthony Mackie, pre-tax evasion, post-Abraham Lincoln?
No, Blade was after his tax evasion issues, believe it or not.
Huh.
And Anthony Mackie was back in Abraham Lincoln times, so.
Facts.
So everything was post-Anthony Mackie.
Okay, then, George Doors, what are the scores?
5.
4.
4.
Easy 4. You know what? I might actually, I'm genuinely, do you know the way sometimes I don't know how to rate the movies? Am I going to do it by just straight up enjoyment, or am I going to do it by technical merits? Technical merit wise and special effects wise and everything, this is great. And I derive an abnormal amount of enjoyment from this movie that I can't actually explain, just to be blatantly honest. Like literally, I could throw this on any time and just have a hoot watching it. I might actually give it a 5.
Also for historical facts.
And just because I like history.
I have to give it a 4 because, again, as I love the history aspect, but when she stood on his hat to get up to him, it just blew everything.
How does that knock you a point down for a 2 second?
Hats have never been that fucking strong, is all I'm saying.
Mate, you didn't live back in the 1850s. Shit was made to fucking, that was probably made out of fucking rock hard cardboard.
I'm just saying, dude. I'm just saying. I don't know. I
They
do
didn't
believe
have
that
all
they
the
built
synthetics
the
and
last
stuff
back
that we have now to make really light shit. That could have been literally like a fucking.
It's probably made from the cherry tree he chopped down.
Probably not. That'd be bad for his neck, but it could be tin.
Right.
The Tin Man.
Then there should have been like a kunk when she stepped up. I don't know.
Okay,
That
cool.
part
And vampires are a real
bugs
thing.
me.
So this is the
So,
element of realism that you're going to grasp onto in the movie.
I'm just saying, dude.
Oh yeah, I'm giving it 4 anyway.
Him bouncing around a steed of horse, a stampede of horses.
He was trained. He was trained to be a badass, and he pulled off badass shit around a stampede of fucking horses.
Well,
Nobody
that means
lightly step on a hat.
Mary Todd was a badass who could stand on top of a top hat.
Oh, now I just feel like Star Wars. Like she just knew her way around special shit. All right, cool.
She does.
Cool.
She is the Rey of the Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Everything
just came naturally.
Nope.
Don't sully a good movie with a bad movie.
I'm sorry. He's the one that's mad over a hat.
I'm saying she was not trained to step on a hat properly.
Giz is 4. I am 5.
4.
You are what, Buzz?
High 5.
High 5. Okay, and Carter is
Johnny 5.
4.
4.
That's 18.
Well done. Which works out as
I don't know.
4 goes into
3.5.
18. 4 times.
Yay!
See, I'm the history guy. I'm not the
Okay.
math guy.
4.5.
There you go. I like that.
I was just waiting for an answer so I could nod and go, "That's correct,"
4.5.
without having to do the
Probably
work.
one of the higher rated movies we've ever. Strange enough, because it's not the world's greatest movie. I just happen to derive a stupid amount of enjoyment from this.
Yeah. Like it's a weird kind of guilty pleasure. Like it's just an
if
awesome
I'm
fucking
editing
movie.
and I have a movie kind of thrown on just to have something on beside me, no matter what time I turn to the screen, there's always something fucking cool going on.
Yep.
I just read Roddy's Orochi's comment. The structural integrity of that hat was as strong as Lincoln's integrity as a
God damn,
person.
yes. Facts.
Ooh, all right.
And also, Roddy says Mary Todd was a famous ballerina who specializes in that dance.
In hat dances.
So she just and hat dances. I'd say.
See?
Oh, he
Okay.
corrected it.
Had I known this before, I may have rated higher. I didn't know that before.
They didn't put it in the
won't lie to
history
you.
book.
I
They
think
thought
it
was
may
a bit
have been a
too-
very subtle film way of implying that he's got an armored hat.
Oh, see, I'm not very good at subtle.
And that's what it was. They had to wait for him to be at the theater where you have to take your hat off.
Yep. Be a gentleman. Take the hat off. Pop, pop.
Ka-dunk.
There you go.
Although I don't think that was a matter-of-fact thing there, because if memory serves me correctly, he got shot in the head pretty point blank.
I don't know. It's American history. I'm Irish. What the fuck am I supposed to know about it?
It was pretty point blank.
I just told you about it.
The only
You
reason I
filled
know
in
our
pretty
history is
extensively. I some would say too much.
And plus, you're kind of a dick if you're sitting
Pretty
in
much-
front of somebody with a hat that tall. Like, you kind of have to take that off.
Well, he was the president. Who the fuck cares?
Apparently,
What are you going to tell him to do?
apparently the guy sitting behind
be
him.
polite.
There's no one sitting behind him. He's in the
Also,
box
he's
seat.
a vampire hunter. He will cut your head off with an axe. You don't know his nighttime job.
That is
One
so
year's
true.
nighttime job. I'm the president / vampire hunter.
Yeah. That is a scientific fact.
Yeah, 4.5 for Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. So that is us. That is us done. I need to open up Discord here for a tickety boo. For tickety boo. Just one sec. For anyone who isn't a member, seeing as everyone was so good at doing the likes in the videos, which I appreciate, by the way, means a lot to me. If you guys happen to be looking to hang out with us outside of our GoreCast hours, where we do our general just kind of chit chats, and we do we do our script writing sessions, which are technically in a private format within Discord. But if people felt like sitting in on some of the script writing sessions, and obviously input's always welcome, you're more than welcome to sit in on a script writing session if that's the kind of thing that you're into. We'll also be doing movie screenings and other things of that nature. And of course, if you're one of our Sunday chill sessions gamers, being in the Discord's dead handy because you can just get in the live chat with us and keep on chatting the whole time, depending on what games we're doing. So it is. So anyway, I'm going to just drop a Discord link there, and I think you should all go over there and join the Discord if you aren't already in the Discord, because Discord's great crack. There we go. And on top of that, that's it from myself and the lads this week. We are going to be back on Sunday, speaking of Discord and the gaming Sunday chill nights, where our usual brand of treachery, mayhem, and possibly weird-looking alien people, men, if we give Among Us a go. And other than that, if you are new to the channel and you haven't been here before, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button down below, as it does help us grow the channel to the magical number of 1,000, where hopefully YouTube will then declare us as an actual YouTube channel and allow us to monetize some videos. Until Lionsgate, evidently, and or Bloomhouse come by and take all that monetization for the videos, and then we're left still in the same place. But it's nice to have the option, as I stated before. Also, we are going to be also back on Sunday night on American Horrors, 8:30 p.m. CST, and whatever that equates to is GMTs, with our Halloween comeback special, which sounds like it's a week late, but not in American Horrors, because every day is goddamn Halloween on American Horrors. We'll catch you during the week. GoreCast out, fuckers. Bye. Okay. That sounds like we got a good show there. So if everyone can kind of bounce off and get all of that stuff shot for me maybe next week ASAP, essentially would be really good. It would be the Giz, are you even paying attention?
Yeah, I mean, shoot stuff. Yeah.
This Halloween, a half a decade of horror mayhem returns to your TV. Action!
Never get us alive!
Horror!
God damn it, I want to kick him, it's only fair.
Fuck you, you got to kick the last guy.
Rudimentary.
No, not at all.
Rock, scissors, paper.
Fine.
3, 2, 1. Fuck! Go for it. Fine.
Right, don't worry, I got this. His fucking head's coming clean off.
You seem like you're ready to rock.
I always.
Romance.
I wish I could quit you. Well, why don't you try?
More action. More horror.
How about a big bag of money?
Nah, I'm not really into common currencies. You know what they say? More money, more problems.
Okay. A rare single print limited edition Beatles album.
Not really much of a Beatles fan. I'm more of a B-52s guy. You know, the Love Shack is a little open.
More action. More horror. More action.
Down forward, light punch, if memory serves me correctly.
How do you down forward and light punch in a game, for fuck's sake?
Get over here. And humor. Halloween night on American Horrors. GoreCast returns 8:30 p.m. CST. Don't miss it.
Don't forget, if you enjoy our Madcap GoreCast horror hijinks, we stream 3 nights a week over on YouTube, Mondays, Thursdays, and Sundays, where you can see a little bit of this. Turd spoon, god damn, I knew there was something I wanted to bring up in the... God damn, I don't know what a fucking turd spoon is, but I'm mad to...
Get it pretty in-depth.
Most definitely some of this.
With a new 2009 twist. She pulls out of her vagina.
I'll give it to her though, because like, you know how like magicians kind of like do something and they pause dramatically. She took that dramatic pause.
And occasionally some of this.
Our favorite Halloween movies.
What's up, GoreCasters? Welcome back here to the GoreCast. Yeah, okay, I'm here. I'm back.